How's it going, people? And welcome back to the Jumper Punch, another emergency meeting tonight. Got a range of topics in the wild world of Carlton, as we call it, on the TJP on a Tuesday night. Got a few people to discuss a few issues, a few positives, a few negatives, and we'll get straight into it, seeing as there's a couple of people waiting live. We'll bring them in. The young little tacker, Henry. How are you?
Oh, no, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, not too bad. Hello to the chat as well. We'll bring in
g'day,
only
chat.
Carlton. Atush.
What's up, boys?
Doing?
Good. How yourself?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just a good day, isn't it? Is it a good day? Somber day? I don't know. It's good to be alive, isn't it? Bocek, how are you?
Hello, everybody.
Match day's very own. Sick puppy. What are you drinking there? Petty Mac. What are you losing weight to?
Yeah, I am losing weight, but it's also way better than wine.
Well, it is wine. I call them the black grenades. That's what they are. They're full black grenades. But yeah, and then I've got Rocco. I'm just waiting for him to get off there and speaking to his missus there. But yeah, I do have a range of topics tonight. I mean, there's been a lot since we've all spoke to each other. I mean, we all DM each other, but yeah. Since everyone's seen your faces, your lovely faces, only mothers could love, except for Henry.
All right.
Except for Henry. A push, I don't know. Bo, only deal team. Facts, cuz. Finally, a Lazio supporter. Manos, how are you? John Petrocam, Matula, Johnny Holden. There's a lot of Johns in here tonight. Stuart McQuaid, NET, Mars. 8 before. So, yeah, I've got my bottle of water, my aqua panna, and and let's get the older heads in here for the older head. Rocco, how are you?
That's how I'm known now, the older head. Well done, yes.
We're amongst a younger crew here, and we've got a very young lad in here tonight.
We have got a young crew.
We have to be on our best behaviour tonight.
I reckon he can teach us a few things, old Henry there, mate.
This is true. This is very, very true. But yeah, where do we start? Where do we start in this wild world of Carlton in an emergency meeting type of scenario? Did everyone watch the Graeme Wright interview today, or watch a few little snippets?
Yeah. Saw some clips.
What did you make of it?
I don't know. I reckon, bro, when he said TDK wanted to stay, but it's a financial decision for us and him, I was gassed. I'm like, finally, we didn't overpay a player that wanted to stay. Because if that wasn't Graeme Wright, I reckon we would have just paid him 1.8. I reckon we would have matched the offer and just made him stay because he wanted to stay. That's what Graeme Wright said.
100%. He made a few other little points as well. He's on now. There's a new buzz line or a buzzword, the Carlton first mentality, as he likes to phrase as well, which I kind of like, putting Carlton first, the football club, the on-field performers above everything else, as we know who would love that. Vince loves that. Bit of good talk coming out from the heads above, which is good. I mean, I like it. He said, I think any decision that we make or any direction we go, it's with Carlton first mentality, that it becomes about the football club. Every decision we make is about Carlton Football Club, and it's as good as we can possibly be. So, I don't know. I think it's about time that we've heard that come out. I mean, we haven't heard that for a long time.
I can't wait for the Carlton first merch. When that drops,
Yeah.
Are they going to?
But why is it taken? It's taken like, and I've still got to see it happen. But it's taken 25, 30 years. You know that we've dropped down, and now all of a sudden, it's Carlton first. The fuck is that like now? A brainstorm. Let's worry about Carlton first winning premierships. I'm glad he said it, but it just seems a bit too. I don't know. I like what he's doing. I said this on Tuesday. I like what he's doing. I'm actually excited about some of the stuff he's doing. One of the biggest moves for me, I said this the other night, is not re-signing or telling Elijah Hollands to move on. I think that's one of the biggest moves out of all of this, because it just shows our mentality. It doesn't matter how good of a player you are, look for another club, you know. So that's one of the biggest moves for me.
Henry? What
There's a
did you
fair bit
make?
to take out of that.
Yep.
Out of that interview, I mean, well, you got to look at bloody how many names we got now. I think there's like 6 names that were thrown at Graeme Wright, and he answered them all really, really well. Really liked the way that he answered TDK. As the Tush said, no ruckman is worth 1.8 mil. That's pretty common sense if you ask me. It's good that we didn't actually pay him that amount because he's generally not that good, not that good of a player. He's a good player, but he's not worth 1.8 mil. Yeah, look, the Elijah Hollands thing that came out, that's really good. The way that we've told him, look, go and search somewhere else. I'm happy with that. It means that there's no holding back, especially coming from a younger person's point of view. It's good to see, and it's also a little bit devastating to see. But you keep going, you move on. Silvani, still a bit frustrated that he's gone back to his dad. It's quite annoying. The Curnow, I think,
daddy.
Yeah, he needs his daddy. Curnow, I don't actually like, to be honest. I'd prefer him to come out and say that he actually doesn't believe in the rumours at all and that they're false. That's what he needs to do, not Graeme Wright to speak for him. I didn't really like that.
I know he is away at the moment, though. He is travelling somewhere, so he'll be back very soon. So I'm sure he'll be back to a flood of cameras, a foray of plenty of reporters waiting for him at Melbourne Airport, International Airport. So, yeah, we'll get to see him in the limelight in a couple of weeks, I reckon. Bo?
Think about it. They just mobbed Ginnivan. Imagine what they're going to do to him when he comes back.
And I mean, he's a star player, isn't he? I mean, as down as he's been all year, he is a star player still. So,
but that's going to be the case with a lot of Carlton stuff for the next. I think we said it months back. We said going into this trade period, going into the off season, going into the start of preseason, all the way up until we start next year, we are going to be a journo's absolute. What's the word I'm looking for? Favorite, I guess, for lack of better words, right? It's an absolute dream for a journo at the moment if you're coming into the Carlton Footy Club or speaking about it, because there's just so much stuff going on. So my take on what I saw, I only saw parts of what Graeme Wright said, but I treat it the exact same way I see everything else around this stage. Like we can hear this every single week, something, and you guys know every single day there's something new, right? This guy wants to go, that guy wants to go. This is happening at the club, Carlton first. Now, don't get me wrong. I like that he said that. Like, that's brilliant. We haven't heard, like Rocco said it, we haven't heard that in years. Like someone coming out and just say that.
20, 30 years.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that much of a pessimist. Like I am. But, at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to actions over words. It's as simple as that. And for me, I'm the most excited about. Yeah, I like hearing from Graeme Wright, and I like hearing what's going on behind the scenes and all the rest of it. But I can't wait to see what these ins are. Right? Yeah, all I care about right now is seeing who's coming into the club, and that's from coaching all the way through to players. Right? That's when I'm gonna kind of start having my opinion on certain things, because for now, Carlton first sounds great, but until I see stuff, I really don't have much of an opinion, to be honest. TDK, Curnow, Jack, they can. I don't even want to talk about them, to be honest.
No, I mean,
me personally, I couldn't give a crap anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, think back to even when I was on the show months and months and months ago. And then every show that followed, or we spent like, what was it? Nearly 2 hours talking about, or nearly an hour or something, just speaking about TDK only.
Crazy,
this has been a conversation for so long. Now he's gone. That's it. Get out of our freaking mouths. That's it. Simple as that.
No, and it is. Petra Khan makes a really good point as well. So Graeme Wright did say that the club is owned by the members. That was directed at the board. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a jab, a little bit of we hold the number one, stake. We are the number one stakeholders at this club, and without us, there is no Carlton Football Club. So, look, he does say a little. He does throw in a few jabs here and there, which is it's good to see. It's good to see. I think it's taken, as Rocco said before, it's taken a while for this to happen. So,
I just hope everyone follows suit.
Yeah, me too.
So if we're going to have Graeme Wright, who has this ruthlessness about him, I hope that he's not the only one. I hope that the board follows suit in terms of their mentality and the players. Because if we have this ruthlessness about how we're going to go about things and it's this way or get out, potentially we're going to see changes. And look, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying there is more potential for change to happen quicker and some form of positivity to come around quicker if everyone's on the same wavelength like that. I don't, you know how I am with our board. I reckon 3/4 of them are pussies. So
I mean, I think a lot of them think that they are, to be honest.
Of course, yeah. Right. So
I mean, we've been calling it out for how many months?
Of course.
Years,
I'm hoping people follow the same mentality as him. Good leaders can influence people to think that way. You know?
Do you think that now there is a shift with the board somehow? Because to bring in Graeme Wright and then to give him this sort of control, because he's been outspoken now, he's doing moves we have never seen. Do you think the board now is eventually like they've decided that it's enough, it's not working here? You know, the members are starting to retaliate a little bit, you know. You saw in the last few games, numbers aren't showing up. Next year, they must be thinking, if we don't change, next year, membership's going to go down. You know, they're already going to lose some games probably that are prime time. I mean, they didn't even show the Carlton bloody Essendon game. When has that ever happened in the history of the league? You know, not show a Carlton Essendon game.
I think you're right, 100%. I think there's going to be. Oh, here we go. Bloody hell!
Well, get him away from me. I don't want to be next to him. Get my picture away from him.
Welcome Seba to the panel.
You strategically put him next to Seba so he can oil him up.
Can you put my? Hey, there's kids in the building, eh? Can you put my photo on top of a tush? So we're one together.
You are one together. You're right next to him. How are you?
Yeah, well.
Long time no see. About 3.5 hours ago. So
yeah, long time no see.
Have you watched the Graeme Wright interview?
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch it all? Or did you watch snippets?
I watched it all while I was.
Oh, well done. So are you working or not working?
I was listening and working.
Okay. You can multitask. That is amazing. Yeah. That is something we've learned from Seba here, that he can multitask.
I can multitask, guys. No, I mean, I liked what he said. I think I'm waiting for the bombshell of them giving the axe to Greg Williams. That's what I'm waiting for. I think it needs to happen ASAP. I think he needs to be axed.
Is that a bombshell? Come on, let's be serious. That's
well, they haven't said anything about it, so it'll come out as a bombshell. So I want to hear it. I want to hear them say, I want the club to come out that they've axed him. I don't get what he's doing there anymore. That's the next thing. I think that's the next one off the hit list. So
that has to happen.
I don't mean it in a hit list like that. I mean it in a hit list like taking out of the club. I don't talk it that way. I just want to
like the bowler said to me, I think we know, mate. I think we know, mate.
Yeah, no, I liked what he said. I think he was pretty straightforward, no bullshit, which is what we want. And I think I said that I thought he'd be I just read a comment. That's why. That is so fucked. That is so fucked. Johnny Holden, you need help.
I like your background at Twitch.
Now this is the love. They all love me. Yeah, no, I like it. I like what he's doing. It's good.
We've got some positive news as well out of the club this week. I don't know if did we cover this on the TJP, and if we didn't, Nick Haynes has signed for another year, which I think he earned it. I think he earned his year keep, and they've honoured Brody Kemp's. They gave him 2 years, so he's got 2 years to prove himself. Up forward, maybe down back, swingman, who knows? Nick Haynes, what do we make of it? Oh, I mean, it's good. I like they're not the 1 and the 2 year contracts they're giving out to these, not the lesser types, but, not your star players. And, you're not forking out too much for these players, because some of their form can diminish quite quickly. So, I don't know, throw it to Henry.
Throw it to me. All right. Look, it's obviously exciting news. It's positive news. It's a step forward in the right direction for Kemp, definitely. Obviously, we've put our trust back in him after he's done his Achilles. Hopefully, he can come back and find that form where he basically went down. I think he was just starting to find some really, really good form, starting to look solid in the forward line. So hopefully he can come back and do that role again. Haynes, yeah, he's been unbelievable this year. Had a very, very rough 2 first games, but look at him now. Atush loves this saying. A month is a long time in football, so he's had a fair few months, and he's always performed. So
he's had 5 months in there.
Credit to him.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, let's keep it PG. But Nick Haynes. But I'm surprised we didn't. How long did we sign him for? A year. Yeah. 1 year. Again, that's just something that this club doesn't do. Like, I'm surprised we didn't give him 3 years. Like, that's normally what we do. We normally over contract players.
Correct. If you look back at Liam Jones and Two Jumper Lewis, they got 3 years when they overperformed.
They weren't going to give him 3 years at 30.
Yeah,
30,
but he's 30. What is he, 30?
I agree. They could have given him 2. They could have given him 2.
They would have given him 2 if it wasn't Graeme Wright, I really think. Like, if this was Carlton a couple of years ago, we would have given him 2 years.
Right, so if he performs again next year, do you think they'll give him another contract?
Yeah, another year.
Why not?
Yeah,
that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. 1 year at a time for these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 year at a time, man.
I would give Haynes 2.
Why is that?
Sorry?
Why is that?
I think he's been literally one of our best players. He's top 5 player for us all season.
I know that, but does that warrant 3 years?
Yeah, what else do you want? He got here a year. What else do you want?
Yeah, no. I'm saying he's not going to play footy at another club, right?
That's right. So 1 year, and that's it. That's enough.
In my opinion, I don't think we need him to prove anything. He's proven himself by having one of the shakiest starts ever, and then coming good. He's going to get another year. We also don't know. He might have just wanted 1 more year, and he's going to call it quits. We have no idea, right?
Maybe.
But if he asked for 2, I would give it to him. No problem. He's proved enough.
Oh, mate, what about this one? This Tony Emini puts in a good point. They gave Frank the Tank or Frankie Bloodclot Evans 1 year.
That 1 year is a good one.
Again. Make him sweat again. I like it.
It's good. Yeah, and this is another good one that just came in. Johnny fucking Holden. Now that Brad Lloyd is gone, the contracts won't be given out like participation awards. Make the player earn it 2 years max. Yeah, and I believe that. Unless you got your key talisman like your Cripps, your Walshes, and all that. I mean, Cripps on the later end of the scale, but your Walshes and all that. Unless they're real stars like that, you're not locking them in for long contracts anymore. I think you got to change the way that contracts work now. I mean, a lot of the players have a lot of the say now, as we've seen with Zach Merritt as well, wanting out as well. Our very own is Charlie Curnow, even though they say that he's going to be a Carlton player. I mean, he still wants out, and we've heard it, multiple rumors, multiple sriracha sources. So, yeah, there's plenty there. There's plenty. So I think we have to start flipping the script on a few of these players.
I think the Kemp one wasn't surprising at all that they gave him 2 years at all. I think I said it on Blue Sunday a couple of weeks ago with Reece Jones and Vincent and Joe that it was always going to be 2 years. I thought because he's not gonna play till, even if he does play, he's not going to play till the middle of the season. Around there,
he'll be on a minimum.
Yeah,
he'll be on a minimum.
And they were always, and they weren't going to give him just 1 year and give him half a season to prove himself off a catastrophic injury. So I think the 2 years was I think it was good. And I think me and Muzz used to say to each other when he first came in, why aren't they playing him week in, week out? And I don't want to see him played as a forward, to be honest. I want to see him put back in the back line when he comes back.
I think he'll be played as a forward though.
Yeah, we'll need him in the back. But the players I
really like Kempy. I'm happy that he's got 2 years.
We've lost Gov. Or we're gonna lose Gov. We've lost JSauce. Harry O'Farrell's gone down. We need another defender. He'll be playing in the back for sure.
They'll be getting Buku Kamas. He'll be there 100%. He'll be there.
He'll be played forward or back or at back.
He's multifaceted. I mean, he's very versatile as a footballer. He can play up the ground and he can play down back as well. We saw what he did to Charlie Curnow. When was it? Was it last year? Was it last year when he played on him?
Last year, yeah, he clapped him.
He killed him. And, Charlie was going pretty well as well. So, yeah.
And the other one you got to remember, and I know he's only going to be a kid and come in, but, they'll groom him. Harry Dean, he's the one they're going to groom into. And from all reports, he can play footy, this kid, So I hope they don't rush him in, but I also hope that he comes in round one and he's ready to rock and roll, and he might be that sort of player by all accords. So he's the other one that's going to be playing back,
I mean, Nick Newman comes back as well. So
that's right, Nick Newman.
A lot
that's
of,
right.
I mean, people say we're I don't know if we're a bit bleak down back, but look, we still got. If I go through the names, we've got Jacob Wiedering. You got, I mean, Lewis Young as your backup. Nick Haynes will play. Brody Kemp will come in through the year, but he goes up forward. Nick Newman comes back. Lockie Cowan, and then you throw in your Harry Deans, and your Sard will probably be there. I'm pretty sure they'll keep you.
You got Sard, yeah. And you got Cowan. You got
Cowan. Lockie Cowan, correct. And I know Boyd's still on the list as well. They haven't asked him to go anywhere yet, so I know he's still there. So I mean, we've still got enough there. We can add, like I thought. Snapper's point from Tuesday night, I did like that. Sam Frost wouldn't be the worst. Wouldn't be the worst backup in the twos to come in, like Oscar McDonald did, and then he miraculously went to Freo and started in their team. So yeah, I don't know. Look. It's a bit weak, but I mean, if you go into the mindset of it's going to be kind of a rebuild year, well, I mean, that's what they paint the picture to be. That's
exactly what it looks like. It looks like a throwaway year.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they want to completely drop off. That's why they're going in for. I mean, we'll get to it. Is Liam Reedy, as a ruckman, Buku Karmas. I mean, they'll look at a few more unrestricted free agents as well, is what I've heard. To fill holes, plug holes. They're going to have to for a couple of years. And they're going to have to wait for the draft years to come through, and then they make their move in free agency. So I don't know if it's this year or next year.
Well, Buku Karmas, I think he wants to leave. He wants to leave the Bulldogs because he wants more backline time. Is it not? Yeah. I think that's a thing. So I think he'll obviously, if he comes, he'll be played in the backline. They know what they want.
Why does it have to be a throwaway year? Look, I don't expect us to do too much next year, but why does it have to be a throwaway? I think it can be a reset and see where you go. You get a couple of those players in, and maybe if we can get an established midfielder, you just don't know what they're working out, and then you put in again. Everyone talks about Jagger Smith, but hey, he was a number 3 and could possibly be number 1, and you chucked him in. Why? And we get rid of Charlie and maybe change it around, have a different setup, something more exciting. Why does it have to be a throwaway year? I don't think you can go into the year saying it's a throwaway year.
But I think they've accepted that it's a rebuild year.
It doesn't have to be a throwaway year, but my opinion, along with a few others, it seems, is that it's not going to be treated that way. But I feel like the repercussions, if we do lose, and I'm not saying have a buddy 0-10 start or something like a West Coast, right? But I'm saying if we do not kick off the season well, and they treat it as a time that these new players are to gel with the team and so on and so forth, right? More of a test module, not a throwaway, but more of a test year, right? Nothing should ever be a throwaway. They should be going out there to bloody win every single week, and that's what's expected of every single fan. However, I'm just going by what I think is going to happen when you're starting to bring in this much personnel, all brand new, right? New back end, new assistants, and so on and so forth. It's going to take time. So I guess maybe it could be a, for lack of better words, thing where you say it's going to be a throwaway year because we can't expect to go play finals next year. I don't expect that at all.
I think you should expect to play finals.
No.
Yeah, I think the expectation is still finals. Regardless, we're not getting...
Hang on.
Go in there expecting to play finals. I mean, really, at the end of the day, what are you getting rid of, really? I mean, if you've got a healthy list, I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here, and I'm going to try to be a little bit optimistic, like Snapper was on Tuesday, right? What are you really getting rid of? Apart if Charlie goes, that could be the big one. But if you outside of that, what are you getting rid of? TDK, he was fucking rubbish anyway. What are you getting rid of? Soft, the backman, all right. You know, so what? Well, what are you getting? Like, why does it have to be this throwaway year? You're bringing back Walsh, hopefully fully fit. You, as I said, you definitely got Jagger Smith in there.
You got Newman.
A few players. Why can't you be expecting to at least be fighting for the 8 all the way to the end?
Now, from a player's point of view, they should every single year be going out there saying we want to play finals. We want to win the flag, damn it. Right? That's the mentality every single time.
Yeah.
But let me give you a scenario. If I go out on the street right now to run 100 meters and someone says, I expect you to do that in 9, I know that's unrealistic. Right? That can't be the expectation.
Because you've never run it in 10
get
seconds.
Through it without
Because you've never run it in 10 seconds.
I'm giving you the in terms of what the word expectation is, right? My mindset is there. I can't be expected to run a bloody 100 meters in 9 the same way I can't expect that team that I haven't seen shit from in a long time to go out and expect them to play finals next year. I can want them to. I can definitely say that should be their goal as a club and their goal as a team every single year. Do I expect that to happen? No, because I don't think it's realistic for them. You know, the other night on the show when you were saying the word, you were talking about faith, right? And you were saying, but you need to see something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's like for me as well. For me to have an expectation of finals or an expectation of a flag, right? I need to be able to see something that warrants that. Does that make sense?
No, and you're definitely right. I do understand what you're saying, but I still think that with a couple of players, a couple changes, couple coming in, I'm not saying, but you should be fighting for the 8 all year. Like I can't see why we couldn't.
Do you genuinely think they have it in them? Sorry, Mars.
No, that's fine.
Do you think they have it in them, Rocco?
You know me, I don't think they've got a great team, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you're saying, but you know what makes me think that they don't have it in them? There's still too many players there that they're just not good enough. Was Doherty's comments? They just don't have it in them.
Well, I was going to say is that I'm going to counter your point is that because of all those players that are left, i.e. Doherty, which is retired, McGovern, whatever he is, which will be gone. Curnow, he's most likely gone. And then you've got TDK, Silvani as well. And then you've got a fair few off-field as well. And Elijah as well. So I think that toxicity is slowly being, faded out of the club. And maybe they are the people and majority of them that are filtering out of the club. And maybe changes the mindset of the players that they can do it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just
because
thinking
maybe I'm not saying they're going to finish top 4, top 6 here. Like at the moment, I don't even know where the hell we're going to finish. You don't know what the team looks like. You know what I mean? So like projecting off for next year is tough. But if you're going to project of what we've got at the moment, I'd say you should be fighting in and around the 8. You should be fighting. I'm not saying you should be in, but with the quality of players, like the top end talent that we have that can drag through the lower end, I think that they should be able to fight for at least, I don't know, let's say anywhere between 10 to like 13 wins. But realistically, are they going to? Probably not. Maybe that, as they said, they cut too much experience away from the bottom end, and now they're trying to find it. So
you know what's going to be funny, Mars? You know what's going to be funny next season when we're sitting here having this conversation, then we go out and go on a run of like 10 and zip to start the season. We're going to go, now,
and then lose.
Now I expect you to fucking be in the finals, you bastards.
And then lose 9 of our last 13.
Yeah.
Confidence goes a long way, man. Like I truly do believe that confidence does go a long way. You know, if they do start well, you just never know. I mean, we've got enough good players at the top, but look, if you're going to ask me where we're going to finish, I think we'll finish outside of the 8. But I think we should be fighting for the 8 for the whole year, right up to the end.
That's always your expectation, minimum.
Yeah.
Graeme Wright is weeding out the toxicity 100%. Yeah. And I like his comment, this is what I'm waiting for. Let's wait till the trade and the draft, the new coaches are announced. I agree. That's when we can make our, our assumptions of the next year. Who else? What else have we got there? We've all.
I got a quick one for you, Mars.
Yeah, go.
Go on with John.
Yeah,
Holland.
no, go.
with John Holland.
Then I'll raise it. Go.
Because we were just talking about, we're kind of speaking about where our mindset is going into next season, right?
Yeah.
And where the positivity can come from, and so on and so forth. I saw a stat today, right? I got it up here. We got 100,000 members. 100,743 is what it's listed here. Yeah. Average home attendance is 48K and a half. So 48.5. That's 48.16% from membership to attendance, right?
Yep.
Collingwood's is 112,000 members, 67,000 average home attendance, 59.65. Now, as their percentage. Now, if I was looking at Carlton stats like that, right? Do you think? And this is a question, right? For everyone can answer this. Even only Carlton can answer this, right? Yeah, see, inclusive. See? Right?
Thanks, mate.
Basically, do you reckon that's at the percentage? Do you reckon that's at the percentage where it should be for such a bad year? Or do you think it would be lower? Would you expect it to be higher? What?
I think it's always going to be. I think we're always going to have. If we're comparing to Collingwood, I don't really think.
No comparison. No
comparison.
Just for the year we had.
Just for
at
the year we
100,000
had.
members to have an
I
average
mean, yeah,
home
I
attendance of
guess.
48.
Yeah, I guess to hold a minimum of at least 45% or more, considering we started 0-4, is pretty decent. I mean, it did die off to the. I'd like to see the stats up until halfway through the year and then onwards to the last couple games of the year, because it did die off. But
it's true.
no,
but
I think it's all right.
What Lou Foligno says here is true, man. Like, they play at the G a lot more, and so that's going to inflate their attendances and that, you know. So they got a lot more at the G than us. We play at Marvel, so it might be down than that. But really, what's everyone else at? You know, I think 50%. If you get 50% of your members going to games, I think that's really good. And then if you're going to be up there in the top 4, I think that goes up to like 60%, and that's what Collingwood has shown.
Do you want to know who the top 3 are?
Oh yeah, just before you go, that Xbox Game Pass. He loves throwing jabs. This bloke, the guy with the laptop top, is a nobre.
He is a knob.
Yes. The
Mate,
guy with the
Stewie,
fake name,
love
the
your
guy
chat
with the
and
fake
panel
name
scene
and the
next
anonymous
Tuesday.
account throwing shade. Oh, I'm fucking scared.
And there's no hidden message behind you.
Should be.
Yeah. Why is it always the ones with a fake name and no photo? Every time.
No,
right?
Xbox Game Pass.
It could just be Xbox Game Pass's official account.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, like
Xbox, it's dead.
Right. So the top 3, right? 66,000 members for Fremantle. They get an average of 45. They're at 69.14%. 69. That's right. We said it. Melbourne, 58,000, 37,000 attendance at 64%. And then Collingwood's at that 59 that I said before. So, Rocco, to answer your question, there's only 2 there that are at 60%.
How many members in Melbourne have?
Melbourne. They're at well, they're even on this.
But all their members are frauds, bro. They're all NCT.
All their
and they're about to dwindle off. They're all frauds, bro. They're at Mount Buller by fucking July.
I reckon their average member, the age of their member would be minimum like 60. That'd be the average.
60
and
is
that's
the
being
key.
generous.
60 are the kids.
Rocco Moro, we went down there for the first time since only Carlton was swimming in around his old man's ball sack. Good evening, Carl. How are you? How you going?
How are you, Carl?
Man, it's I don't know. It's actually pretty. To be honest, 50%, nearly 50% is pretty good for the year we had. It was an abysmal year.
But
There's
it was
no way
rough
to put it. It was
rough
horrible
at the
year.
end of the year. It was rough at the end of the year.
Oh,
Mate, it's one of the worst seasons I've seen for a long time, man. Considering, mate, that was bad. That was a bad season, man. It's a real bad season.
Bro, the last Essendon game only had 40,000 people show up.
Oh, that's what I mean, man.
I went there. That's the deadest game I've been to ever.
Oh, mate, it was the worst. There was no atmosphere, nothing. It was dead. You could hear a pin drop every time a goal was kicked too, which was like, where I was shocked. I was
It's a
shocked.
big rival game as well.
We made a good acquisition. I thought it was the end of last week. And we didn't really touch on it on TJP, so I thought we'd touch on it here. Chris Davies signs for Carlton as a general manager of football. Well, he is now. He served 11 years at Port Adelaide. I think he did quite well. He had the last 5. So the last 3 of his last 5 AFL preliminaries he's made. So I don't know. What does he bring? Does he bring people along with him, assistant coaches along with him across the Carlton? Does he deliberate with Graeme Wright on who to get? He's highly credentialed. So I don't know. I don't know if Henry want to make a point on that. If you know anything, if you've read up about Chris, anyone else? He's just popped away. He's a bit of a hard question. He's done a TDK.
Look, he comes from Port, right? Port have had success. They haven't had grand finals, right? But they've had a lot more success than us in the last 10 years.
Well, they've had a lot of sustained success. A lot of finals appearances, top 4.
They're prelim merchants. But my question is, and I want to ask Bo as well, specifically him, is the fact that they're prelim merchants bad, or is that an upgrade? Because there's a lot of stigma around them that they can't get the job done. Right, Port. They've always had this thing of they make it to a prelim, to a semi, and then they choke. Would you want someone that's the football boss of a club like that to be at our club?
Good question.
Yes.
Good question. But all of everything that you just mentioned there is better than what we've been doing.
That's my point as well. But again, are we planning to move on from him? Is this a long-term thing? Are we going to use him to get to a certain point, and then do we need someone else? Or is this
I don't think. I would steer clear of this being a short-term fix.
It's long. He's only 46 years old.
Not only that, he's just done a stint over there. Imagine your next position going into that, knowing it's only going to be for just as an example, you're only here 2 years, then fuck off. Nah.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that, especially when we're in a situation where we need to be thinking long-term and building a team, a coaching panel, and God, I wish a board, but anyone on the back end has to be all literally dedicated to us for years and years and years to come. You can't be looking at short-term stuff.
What's his job? What does he do? That's the question. What does he do? Who is he? What are these? What is he?
He's our Brad Lloyd.
And what does he do?
He looks at everything. He looks at everything. Everything football related. Okay, so he's in charge of
GM,
contracts, assistants, contracts, assistants, everything. Literally everything you think of to do a footy, he oversees.
He oversees the playing group as well, and he's coach. As you said, the coaching staff as well.
Performance management.
Is it his fault? Is it his fault they're making preliminaries and then not getting further? I think he's doing his job. I think he's doing his job. Whose fault is it that they're not winning their preliminaries or grand? It can't be his fault. You can only bring it so far. So
he's an operations GM. So as a GM, it's no different to being a GM of a hotel. You're going to oversee every single department, but you're going to have people within those departments that make the final calls, and you're just overseeing things when shit hits the fan, right? Or when it's a large scale problem or a large scale solution needed, right? So 100%, your question is spot on. Who's to blame if he's put all the right things in place and he's built all these departments and so on and so forth, and he oversees it and everything's smooth running, and you can't win a grand final? Can't be him.
He's 11 years in charge. He's seen 7 finals appearances. So it's pretty consistent, and he's been in and around.
Yeah. What's success? That's what you've got to. I know. We're going to say premiership are the success, but what is success? If you keep getting to the finals, you got to. But if you give yourself the best opportunity, which is getting to the finals every year, and then that also grants you players at the end of the year, it doesn't guarantee you getting players every year. But in free agency, people want to come to you because you are an attractable club. You see, like Geelong, same thing. They're attractable. Why? Because they make the finals every year. It's not. They're not necessarily going to win it the next year, but they're going to give themselves the best opportunity to set themselves up 100%. To win a final, and then they're just always attracting players. And you're topping up from the draft, but you're always topping up free agency wise, and they're happy to take a pay cut. Those players.
I think
that's spot on, Mark.
I think whether or not we're good or shit. Like I know people like to debate whether we're a destination club or not. I think just the aura of Carlton just brings in players. So I think yeah, Chris Davies coming in, and obviously he hasn't come from a shit club. Port's a pretty big club, yeah, and coming into Carlton, I think he's probably looking at it thinking, shit, like working at this place, and now he knows like we've got more of a pool than what Port does. Yeah, like I think he's coming in. We don't have an absolute dog shit base. We've got like the bones there. I think he's probably coming in thinking about like we can do something here. I think we can do something. Like imagine getting like a Butters or something into that team and keep it. If we do keep Curnow, if not, whatever. But just like them galvanizing, like a big player galvanizing the team. I think yeah, he's probably coming in thinking, shit, we can really, really do something. And
he's definitely better than what he's 100% better than what we.
He's got more footy credibility than what Brad Lloyd did.
Well, I've got more footy credibility than Brad Lloyd. Like the blokes have always a banana.
Henry does, and he's still in school.
I reckon,
and that's
exactly
a bitch.
The top right up. It should be that way.
And the other thing is with him, like it was like, yeah, is he the best person? But it's also who's available and who's willing to come. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think as far as who was available and who was willing to come, I think we probably did as good as we can do in getting that guy over there. So I think it's a good thing that he's come over.
You got anything on that, Atush, or nah?
Nah.
Okay. Jesse Motlop, I'm going to give the floor to Henry here on this one. Wait, because I'm going to end this one. I'm going to end with you.
I'm fucking logging off.
They're sucked in a tush.
Yeah, good. Stay like that.
I'm going to give it to the young tacker. I'm going to give it to the young tacker and Henry first. Right? You know, come on, man. They say respect your elders, but sometimes you got to respect your youngers, man. The young blood.
Exactly.
But,
Go for it, Henry. Yeah, my blessings.
So, Jesse Motlop, what have you made of that situation so far? So, Port Adelaide, I don't know if they've shown interest or maybe they haven't shown interest. I've seen a few things. People sent me a few things about it, saying that they're no longer interested or they never were. A few things about his dad saying that apparently he is staying in Carlton. Look, who knows what is concrete? But I know we've offered him 2 years. I know we have offered him 2 years. And, yeah. I don't know. Give your thoughts on that, Henry.
Jesus, better watch what I say. Wow. Well, it's kind of come out of the blue that, Port Adelaide want him. He still hasn't signed. Obviously, he can't physically sign. He's been in Bali, but it's a very interesting sort of how it's panned out. It's really interesting because start of the year, I thought he was actually going all right. I thought he'd be probably midway through the year. Yeah, he'll earn himself a contract, and he'd be on for until 2027 or whatever it is. But now it's actually starting to get a little bit more sort of into more stressy, or it'd be stressy for only Carlton anyway. I know he's stressed. He wants the GOAT to be signed, but yeah, I don't know.
The question is simple here. The question is simple. If we've offered him 2 and they've offered him 3 for about the same money, do you give him the 3? That's what it comes down to.
I think so.
I think so.
I do think so.
But the kid's
21. Hang on a second. So you wait. You give Jesse Motlop 3 years, but you're against all the long contracts
because he's young, and I think he has potential. And I don't think a 3-year contract on similar money to what he's on now is the worst thing in the world.
So
I'm against.
What
I'm
are you
against
giving Francis Evans then?
I would have given Francis Evans 2 as well. I'd give him 1. But the thing is, Francis Evans, his contract isn't under duress, right? If Port want Jesse, right? This is the whole thing with contract. This is why we give players longer contracts, because it stops it used to. Now fucking contracted players want out. But it used to stop other clubs from going after them, right? They would be like, okay, he's contracted, he can't leave, right? So it stops let's say Francis Evans, he kicks 40 goals next year, right? Hypothetical. What stops another club coming in and being like, I want Francis Evans, we'll give you $500,000 for 5 years, and then we're kind of fucked because then if he's good, we can't. We're gonna have to match it. Like we're under duress. Like you know what I mean?
I understand that, but
He's a restricted
my
free
question
agent.
is more like what? How do you warrant Jesse Motlop deserving 3 years? But
I don't think he deserves
But it goes
it.
against the whole let's make players work for it and put them on one year, 2 at most. And then we're looking at Francis Evans going, I'd only give him 1 or 2.
I 100% agree. I agree with what you're saying, and I don't think we should give him 3 years. I think we should give him 1, if I'm being honest. But I also don't want him to leave. I'd rather give him the extra year because you don't get what you want in life all the time, right? Sometimes you got to compromise.
Doing it to keep him.
Doing it to keep him. I'm against the 3-year contract. Again, I'd give him a 1-year contract.
That'll
But-
if I had a player that knew that.
Yeah. But they all knew that.
That's putting the power straight in their hands.
But bro, the power is in the players' hands in this day and age. It's always,
I know.
and they have slime ball managers, right? They're managed. Like I'm convinced Jesse doesn't want to leave, right? I'm pretty sure he'd rather stay at the club. But his manager, he's a fucking bro. I don't know if you know him. He's a slime ball, right? He's
Yeah, bro.
holding
We
out-
just had coffee last week. You know what I mean?
Do you know him? Do you
Yeah,
know him?
I know where he lives if he's watching. But
Oh Jesus! Fucking hell!
Don't be
it's-
dropping
yeah.
those.
nah, but look, he's holding out, hoping that we cave and give him 3 years, a little bit more money. But I don't think Jesse's gonna leave.
I
Again,
think
I'm against
two-
long contracts.
I think 2's fair for the
2 is
age
fair,
he
I
is.
reckon.
He showed what he can do, what he can be, and maybe he can be better. So I don't know. I think 2 is fair. 3, you're pushing it. You're pushing it with us.
I
1
do
would be it would be harsh. 1.
Does anyone
but-
here not want him?
No, I want him to stay. I think he can. He is something. He can. A lot of people don't want him. So
Have
I mean,
we all not complained for fucking the past 6 months that he's been played out of position the whole year, and
Yeah, but-
everyone's complained about the same thing. And then now, when you want, everyone said everyone here has said he's got potential in him. He's got it. You look at his first year or first 2 years, he was good. Well, he wasn't shit. What, he kicked 30 goals, Mars? You know the stat.
He kicked
his-
30
in
goals.
the
He kicked
prelim
27
year?
goals in his second year.
In the prelim year. So I don't get and again I understand where Bo's coming from with the longer contracts, but I just think there's so much more to work with Motlop than what there is with like a Corey Durden or like a Frankie Evans. Personally, I think he's got more upside. So I don't see why you wouldn't be matching it if it's the same sort of offer that he's already on.
yeah. So he went at his first year when he
Rocco?
came was 12, 24. Then he had 6, and then this year he kicked 17. Albeit he kicked a couple in, whatever. He still put 17 on the board. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's something to work with. Look, a lot of people have been saying, he's a B grader. He's flashed like Marx is a flash of the pan at the end of the day. I mean, not every player can be an A grader.
No, not
I mean,
everyone's going to be a Bobby Hill. Not every small forward's going to be Bobby Hill.
He's
But
not
you
Eddie.
need
He's not Eddie Betts. I don't think he came with that across to be Eddie Betts or Bobby Hill. He's to be Jesse Motlop, and he is being Jesse Motlop at the moment. Can he get better? Yeah. Does he know he can get better? 100%. Is he going to put in the work? Well, we hope so. And if he doesn't want to be with us, well, then so be it. I mean, you move on and you move forward.
And Mark in the chat, I don't believe he's not shown nothing. He showed that he can kick goals.
He hasn't
the
shown.
stats showed for it.
No, yeah, I agree. It's not like he's shown nothing. But I feel personally, and I want to get Rocco and Henry's opinion on this as well. But personally, I feel like the utmost basics are applauded with him. That's where the bar's at.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But that's
Yeah.
also with a lot of our players, no?
Oh yeah, 100%. But we're
Yeah.
talking about him. We're only talking about him.
Yeah.
Right. But if we go on to the rest of the team, sure, it can apply to many of them. But I'm just saying, if we're gonna applaud him and say there's more and there's potential and all this, I would give him 2 years or 3 years or whatever it's gonna be. I think what Mark might even have in his head from the chat and many others is why, like literally why? What has he shown other than those flash in a pan moments? Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. For me, like I'd probably give him I'd go back to what you guys were saying before, which I really agree with. Giving players a year and making them hungry and make them work for it. You know what I mean? I like that. I think that's great.
All right,
I would do that with him.
before Rocco and Henry, I'm going to throw in another one here, all right? So what about Lockie Fogarty? This bloke is absolved from
Oh
criticism
my
every
God,
single week.
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
convinced.
bro.
He hides. He hides because
Oh,
sometimes Jesse Motlop is that bad.
God,
He
bro.
hides behind Jesse Motlop's behind his shadow.
Yeah, but
Like,
let's be real.
No. I'm gonna go through just like if you want as a small forward and people are asking for Jesse Motlop to kick goals, right? This is what people ask. What do they think of Jesse Motlop and what do they expect? Goals. Okay, fair enough. I'll give you Lockie Fogarty as a small forward. This is what he's produced with Carlton in 5 years. 2021, 6 goals, and he played 17 games. He played 3 games in 2022, 0. 23, he played 12, he kicked 4. 24, he played 15, kicked 9. This year, he played 20 matches and kicked 11 goals.
Bro, he's a bot, bro.
Jesus
He's there for
Christ.
pressure. I've
He's
heard
just
so
walking
many
around.
countless supporters
Oh,
say,
I fucking
but he's
hate
there to provide pressure. What pressure, bro? He's a bot. And when he sits shot in front of goal, he doesn't kick him or he gives him off. Kick the fucking ball, bro. I've
Hey,
always
But
said
what-
it. I've always
I'll never
said it.
forget.
So who would you rather? Sorry to cut in again. Fogarty or Motlop?
Jesse
Motlop.
Motlop, bro.
Jesse Motlop. Bro, you would take Jesse Motlop over any of our small forwards, right? Other than Francis Evans. Over any of them.
100%.
Nah.
But I'm just that's
Nah,
how
who would you
I
take?
mean, probably that's how low the bar is set at the moment. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if we're going off performances, I think Jesse Motlop has proven a bit more, or I think a lot more than Lockie Fogarty. For me, I think
100%.
To say
Fogarty-
Jesse Motlop hasn't shown anything is just ignorant. Like, that's
Yeah.
just an ignorant statement. Like, the kid
That's
was
just a
19.
hatred.
He averages like a goal a game in his entire career, except up until now. I'm pretty sure he still does. Right? When he's been played in the proper position, which is a small forward, not a fucking cosy picket roll where he plays up the ground, not at half back like I see him sometimes, right? He is good. He shows some. He's young, bro. He's a young kid being told to do something he doesn't want to do. A lot of young kids would just be like, "Fuck that," and just not want to play. But he's been
I
there.
think-
He's played every single game this year. He's one of 6 players to play every single
Yeah,
game.
that's right. And I think actually, well, look, Motlop's got a bit to learn too. I think as a small forward, the craft, he still hasn't got a hold of it. You know what I mean? But he also has been played in terrible positions this year. And you look at who's our forward coach, really, our forwards, they've got no forward craft. I don't get it. Like, so I think he's been misused, mistrained,
Mismanaged.
you know, mismanaged. That's the word. I think it. And as far as Fogarty go, I hate this fucking shit, right? About he gives pressure. We got him in because he does 8 tackles. He doesn't even do that. He goes like 3 or 4 tackles. You know, isn't that the job of all the small forwards? Like, why are we praising him to tackle? Like, I think Fogarty. I think it's time, Mars. It's time to go for Fogarty. I think.
Time to go. But yeah, it's fush. I think it's fun. I think it's unfair towards Motlop as well. Not that I'm saying that he hasn't played any bad games. He's played some horrible games. Some absolute shockers that he's played this year. He's played some absolute shockers. But I think there's a lot more to work with him than there is a Fogarty. I think you can invest 2 years into Jesse Motlop up forward and not in the middle. And you could throw him through the middle, but I'm not saying 6 or 7, 8 centre bounce attendances like his Cozzy Pickett or Shy Bolton or whatever. There's a bit to work with. So and Mark said if someone can name what Motlop has done since the 2023 final series, I thought his 2023 season was excellent. So
First of all, it wasn't just the final series; it was the entire year, right?
Correct.
Well,
The
wait
entire
a
year he
second.
showed up.
Last year he was injured the whole year, bro.
Last year he missed 17 games with a dodgy hamstring.
So let's forget about that. He's got to get back. And this year, like we said, I don't think he's been played in the right position. And he's been playing more of a midfield role forward, and he still kicks 17 goals. I mean,
also,
if
you know
other
what's
forwards
one?
are kicking 17, you're pretty much thinking they're doing their job. 1 goal a game, you're pretty much doing your job. Like, what does a small forward normally kick?
You know what's one thing too with him, and how long we've been crying out for it as supporters for our players, is durability, and he's shown he's durable. He's shown it. You know what I mean? And again, it comes down to him being played out of position all fucking year. He's
No,
durable.
I think he deserves it. I'm going to ask Henry, do you give him the 3 years, mate? Do you give him the 3? Because that's what Porter's off. So you're going to have to match it. I believe if you don't match it, he'll go because he'll take the extra year.
Yep.
You know, so do you give him the extra year at what would he be on? 400? 450?
max.
Yeah. Would you give him the
Jeez,
extra year, Henry?
It's a good question, isn't it? Look, there's so much talent sitting there. Like there's as we've all said, there is so much brewing with Jesse Motlop. He's got talent. We all know that. But I don't know, it hasn't really come to show just as of yet. But I'm still giving him the 3 years. You got to.
Yep.
I reckon we back this fella in because he's got that much potential in him. He's definitely. Well, this is my question to both of yous. To all of yous, who's better, Durden, or who would you rather keep, Durden or Fogarty?
No brainer. Oh, none of them.
Or Fogarty. Yeah.
Durden.
Do I have to keep one?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I would go.
That's
Durden.
No, I'd keep Durden.
Durden.
Durden knows he can.
Durden.
Durden has shown he can kick goals at times, and Durden has shown he knows how to be a small forward.
Yep.
I don't think Fogarty again is just like a pressure player, right? But I don't. Can you not apply pressure and kick goals at the same time? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you saying he's only there to run laps? Like
he just got the cardio on.
He's got
He's
the
got a fit on, and he just doing suicides. Genuinely.
I'm sorry, but can we stop with the always talk in the chat? Like, get past it, bro. Get
Hey,
past
can I just-
always.
So I
Stuck
want to
in the
ask a
past.
question. I want to ask a question. So I know, Seba's going to have a bloody meltdown in a second, right? But I'm going to ask you guys, are you expecting always like goal kicking from Motlop? It's a fair question. I mean, the stats are there from Owies. It's just, are you expecting that from Motlop, or do you want him to be a different type of small forward?
I want him to kick 20, 30.
can
I want him to
definitely
kick
get there.
25.
Yeah,
30
no,
goals
yeah,
a year.
I expect the same amount of goals. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get
Okay,
to 25.
I don't think he has it in him.
You don't think he has it in him to kick 10 more goals? No. How much does Owies kick? Sorry. How many goals did he kick?
30
Like
per
30?
season. He kicked 60 in
30
two
per
seasons,
season.
I'm pretty sure.
What did he
Motlop
kick
in his
this year,
second
3
season
goals?
kicked 24.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
shown he can do it
Sorry, when
Yeah,
did he do
sure.
that?
in his second year.
23.
Okay.
23.
And since then?
Since then, he
I
hasn't
think
played
he
last
was
year.
injured most of last year.
But this
Yeah,
year we've
other than
established
that-
that. But this year we've established that he has been played out of position, and he's still fourth in our goal
Okay.
kicking tally. He's kicked
So
17.
you believe that if we play him in position, he can get us, let's say, minimum
30 to
20,
35.
25. 30 to
100%.
35.
30 plus in an ideal season where he's not injured and we actually play decent football. In a system where he's allowed to thrive, he will kick 30 plus goals a year.
Okay, so do you
100%.
think that's where they're going to play him next season?
I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. I hope so, but yes.
If he plays up 40, kicks minimum 25.
100%.
I agree.
And-
I agree.
and he's
And
shown
he's
his
very
good
similar
march.
to Owie. He's
He's
very
shown his
similar
good march
player
and
to
shit.
Owie if you look at him, right? He's that kind of small, medium, lead up kind of, that's what was brought in for. That's the type of player he was. So I think he can fit the role perfectly.
It's time to go!
Thanks, Henry. Absolute legend. He knows the drill by now.
Thank you, Henry. Unit.
When I drop the band hammer, I hate doing it. No, do I hate doing it? I don't. Johnny fucking Holden. Thanks, Henry, again. Legend.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
Well,
Johnny,
drop
what's
your
up, man?
podcast. Drop your podcast in the chat as well, Henry. Please.
Yes.
How's everything going tonight, boys?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, wow.
Nice little chat.
That's
Good
good.
hour in. Brought in the Johnny fucking Holden, the Meister. How are you?
Oh yeah, going well. Just a couple of things. One with the Jesse Motlop. People sort of forget, like he played most of the year as a mid because we were so injury ridden through there. I mean, we had our main three being Cripper, Hewitt, and Chera for a while. But then once you had to rest one of them, you had no other rotation. So you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Square peg round hole, as Mars likes to call it. We didn't have a choice, so you had to play him up forward. I'm hoping him playing in the middle has given him a little bit more to his game, a little bit more oomph in his game. He's had to learn cardio. I mean, one of his biggest things one of his biggest drawbacks was his energy. He couldn't run out of game. So him this year, he's had to play in the middle a lot more. So he's had to get the cardio up and everything else like that. Him being around the middle, I think that'll help improve his touch. Secondly, I'm hoping, if Jordan Russell is still there, they change the way the forward line is set up. Now, if Charlie does go and we're one out with Harry, hopefully they learn how to rove to him. And I think that would be better for Jesse and Dirds and players of that caliber, Frankie Evans. I just think this year, him going through the middle in such a shitty season, it'll only benefit him. I think it'll do him more good than harm, rather than just sit at the bottom of a forward's feet and wait for crumbs. Him going in the middle and getting the ball and reading the play and being part of the team a little bit more, it helps players. I've seen it in other teams when they put midfield forward pockets in the midfield, they blossom because they're showing their talents. You got to remember, most of these kids, when they come to a club, they come because they've got talent and they've got skill. When you're a small forward and you sit in the forward line, you don't do jack shit. You sit there and wait for a crumb, and you might only get 1 or 2 crumbs per game, and that's it. Being in the middle, you get to sort of show your wares, and I thought he showed his wares a little bit more this year than what we normally saw of him. But as a forward, he went missing. But you tell me, if we had Cozzy Pickett, we would have done much better with the way we deliver the ball into our forward line.
I think you're right there. Our forward craft, especially from our small forwards, does not exist. I've had some great past players tell me that the forward craft doesn't exist. And I'm talking people like who am I talking about? I'm talking about some of the Marku, and I'm talking about Vinny Gatojo. They've told me that it's absolutely disgraceful, that forward craft. No one's running hard at the pack. So the question is, because I think now with Evans, maybe Motlop, maybe even Dirt, and maybe get someone else, should we get a specialised small forward coach? Like, why aren't we looking at someone like, I know everyone's going to keep saying Eddie Betts, but yeah, that type of player who's already apparently, isn't he now not coaching, but kind of talking to Bobby Hill? So why aren't we getting a specialist coach to teach these small forwards how to play in the forward line? I mean, really, man, run and hit those packs hard. Run with purpose. You know what I mean? Not just sit at the bottom of the pack. So that's what I think. I'll ask you guys: should we get a specialist small forward coach?
I was going to
with
say,
a little bit of luck with Chris Davies. With a little bit of luck with Chris Davies coming in, I think he is smart enough to know what we need and what we don't need. His work at Port Adelaide, bringing in the right people to help the players down there, it was immense. Like Josh, a lot of people don't know. Like Josh lived over in Adelaide for a good 8 or 9 years before he come back to Melbourne, and he saw firsthand the rise of Port Adelaide under Chris Davies. So he's a really, really big rap for him, because over here we don't see a lot of Adelaide or Port Adelaide stuff being a Melbourne-based. Over there, all you hear is Port Adelaide and Adelaide. So he got to see so much more in depth of the Port Adelaide side of how it ran. And Chris Davies was a huge part of that. He almost single-handedly brought them from bankrupt. People forget that, like, remember when they had the tarps on the ground, in the seats and everything? They were 5 minutes from handing their keys in and just calling it quits. Within a couple of years, they came on board, and he almost single-handedly rebuilt that list. So the guy's got credit. He knows what he's doing. Graeme Wright speaks highly of him. I mean, he's not going to go bringing in a spastic. I mean, to be honest with you, to run the football department as his first point of call, he's going to bring someone who's got knowledge. And like he said, that there are a lot of clubs out there who actually were after Chris Davies. So he comes with a lot of thumbs up. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's no
So
slayer.
should we get a small forward coach? I definitely think we need another forward coach. I
James,
definitely reckon Jordan's got to go, mate. But I think we need a specialist forward coach. But I would love to see someone work with those young small forwards because, as I said, to me they haven't got this. They haven't got the forward craft. And I spoke to Marku and I actually asked him, "Is it something that you've got, or is it something you can learn?" And he said, "It's definitely something you can learn." So.
James, that's a good point. Get Luke Bruce.
Yeah, I'll take Luke Bruce for sure.
Bruce
Bring him over.
Henry put in a good one that I just put up before. One quick thing I want to say was going to do before I got the boot, but today's Are You OK Day. Mental health is the biggest challenge a person can overcome. It shows resilience, so please speak up. Yep. Check in with your mates. Check in. It's been a pretty big day in the world as well. So, yeah, do check in with your mates as well. Check in with not just men, but women, I don't know, your brothers, your sisters, your mum, your dad, even your grandparents. So, yeah, your aunties and your uncles. So, yeah.
I wish I could check in with my mum and dad.
Yeah. Oh, some people don't have all of those people. But, yeah, if you've got them, check in with them. Yeah, check in with your cats and your dogs as well. You might own a snake or a Brad Lloyd. Check in with him as well. So, yeah.
I own both. So,
yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's a great appointment, Chris Davies. And yeah, well, as I said, the perfect person to hire the job was Graeme Wright because he's been in the job for so long. So he knows what it takes and he's seen it all. He knows what success looks like. So putting him in and maybe hopefully one day it comes to fruition when we win a flag. So with Chris Davies at the helm. So
I think the other thing also, like Rocco and I have been on this for a bit too, is it's good to see non-Carlton people coming in that are not affected by the baggage that's been 30 years in the making. We actually are getting people who, for a better word, who are not connected to the club. They don't have any care factor to the club. They're there to make the club better. Not because they're a past player who has a history. These guys that they're bringing in now, their whole purpose is to make us better because these guys are not affiliated with a club. I mean, I know Chris Davies followed us as a kid, but he doesn't have an affiliation with the club as a professional, like an ex-player or anything like that. And the one thing I've noticed, and if you do your homework, you go through all the good clubs, they don't have ex-players who are in key positions. They get outsiders to come in who have a different perspective, how a professional club was run. And we used to be able to do that back in the day. We haven't been professional or any good for the last 25, 30 years. So it's no use getting an ex-Carlton player to come into that position. We've bred nothing but failure. We used to breed success. We breed nothing but failure. You want people who come from successful organisations to come into your company or into your club to sort of go, hey, we were a top four. So, and people forget, just because Port Adelaide never won a flag, go back and have a look at their success. Like, they were top four for what? I think it was about 8 out of 12 years or something.
Yep.
Now, if he can get us in that sort of position, I'll take that every day of the week because I'm sick of being in the fucking bottom four. At least top four, you got half a chance to sort of get into that final day in September. You got nothing in the bottom four.
If you make a top four, at least you give yourself a chance, and that's all we want.
And it's not his fault they weren't getting over the line.
No, I agree. I mean, he can only bring them so far, and then whose fault is it that they don't win a flag? I mean, that could be many things. It could be the coach, it could be the players' mentality, but definitely a good appointment.
You got Mark here. I like
generational hater.
I like the TP. He's a professional hater. I like
generational.
He's got carrying
He's on a generational run right now.
Who is
you
Mark?
can't get a big name, you get Chris Davies. Well, maybe we weren't going for Bartel. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know
Other-
anything of that, but yeah. I'm
Other
sure
than
we would
Bartel,
have
who was a big
Who,
name?
again, who was out there? Like you're saying,
Bartel's
like
no stone.
who
Bartel's
was
not
out
in
there and who wants to come? I mean, you can only get who's available. I mean, he's probably the best one of like who's the best one out there.
With all due respect to Bartel, I mean, look, I love the guy, but what's he done at GWS? He hasn't done anything. They haven't been successful. I mean, no different than Chris Davies.
Look, we've got to just be happy with what we got. I think it's a good appointment. I think it's a good appointment. So we've got to take it. He's done good. So let's forget about Jimmy Bartel. Let's forget about. He's also mentioned Mike Fitzpatrick at that. Let's forget about that. That's done and dusted now. We've got to just move forward. We've got to stop looking back behind of what we didn't get and just be worried about what we got and what we're gonna get in the future.
As
all you get from looking back is a sore neck.
That's it. As Graeme Wright likes to put it, Carlton first mentality. We'll move on to, we spoke about it a bit, but we haven't got the rest of the opinion of Elijah Hollands. I mean, what do you make of that? Being asked to pack his bags. Do you like it? Do you not? Do you feel like we're throwing him out of the club, or do you feel like we're not helping him, or have we helped him enough? I mean, where do you go from there? Bo?
I just want to quickly say something about Motlop because I didn't get a chance before you moved on. Just to add to what Johnny was saying about his conditioning, you were saying something about cardio and that. Motlop has come out publicly in one of these interviews and said that he's going to be working a lot on his strength and putting on size. So just something to chuck in terms of what we can expect out of him and what he's concentrating on. Anyway, the Bubba. All right. So here's what I think. Honestly, it's very simple what I think. If the issues are too great for the club not to be able to do anything about it, and he's just going to end up being a burden, and he's going to take more games off, and so on and so forth, then the smartest thing to do is just get rid of it. You know, if there's a problem like that, you get rid of him. It's as simple as that. Yes, I think he's a great player. He's got a good footy brain. He's got a great kick on him, right? He understands our system, I guess, well, lack thereof, right? He's great. Anyone would probably take him. I don't know who's going to grade him from now, or if a VFL team's going to put him.
Richmond are looking. I think West Coast might be looking. So there's a few
if Richmond pick him up, I think that's a great move for them, considering where they're at. That's great. But end of the day, I think most people would say they want him to stay as a footballer, right? But as a person and what he's going through, and considering this is now the second club this has happened at, right? You have to kind of just say, nah, if Graeme Wright's gonna do all this stuff about, you know, being ruthless and reshaping the way we think at the club and who's in and who's out, you got to get rid of poison, man. And unfortunately that's a poison situation. It sucks. It really does, but it's a poison situation.
I agree. I don't think it sucks at all. I said this could be the best move we've done so far. Because we're the type of team
to lose him as a player, you know.
I think it's the best move. Unfortunately, he showed something. But to me, for a player who showed something and we've said, nah, we don't care. We've given you your chance. And again, I want him to help get him to another club or outside of the club. Give him all the help he needs. You know, don't just throw him in the street. But as far as Carlton goes, I reckon it's the best move. It's just showing. What's the biggest thing we've got to fix at this club? What's the biggest thing?
Culture
and standards.
That's right.
And this will be where Graeme Wright just sits there and goes, you know what? That's enough, man. I'm going to get Henry. What's his name? Bloody what's the Peter Dean, Henry Dean, whatever the fuck.
Oh, Harry Dean. Harry, whatever. We're going to get him. I don't want him to come in there and, you know, be poisoned by thinking that, I can do 5% less, you know what I mean? And I don't want that. I want you to come in there and say, if I don't give 100%, guess what? I'm out the door. And unfortunately,
for him and fortunately for us, I think it's a great move, man. That they've tried to do something with him because they gave him a chance. He played in the reserve, so they've tried. So they must see something that we haven't seen that they don't like.
It's time to go!
Well, for me, I mean, the one thing for me with Elijah is I go by what Michael Voss and the way Graeme Wright spoke about it. Like, up until he spoke, I was all for, okay, let's stick beside this guy. Let's help him as much as we can, blah, blah, blah. Then they've come out and they were categoric. They just went, no, he's going. He won't be at the club no more. He's going. To me, that tells me that there's something more serious behind closed doors that we all don't know about. It's more than someone with a mental health issue or someone who's got, he's done something so bad that's upset the playing group or upset the staff there where they've just gone, we don't give a shit. You're out the door. Mental health or not, you're gone. We're not going to be here to be walked on, whatever it is, whether it was he had too many Panadols, whether he slept with someone's moccasin, whatever he did. I don't care. I don't know. But he's done something wrong, and you can tell just by their attitude. Because as a boss, if I've got an employee that's doing something like that, it's like, I don't give a shit. He's gone. He has crossed the line. He has done something he shouldn't have done. I don't care. I don't care if he's the best worker. He's lost the trust. He's out the door.
Yeah.
And welcome, Morris, Maurizio. Ciao, how are you?
Hey, Morris.
Boys, how are you?
Yeah,
how you
good.
feeling,
How are you?
Morris?
Good, buddy.
How you feeling, Morris? How you feeling?
I'm not like all of you guys. I'm in hospital, so.
Has Carlton put you there?
Oh, yeah, I put my body on the line all year, so I had to go in for end of season surgeries, and the tests have come back. Rock, apparently, one of the things that was wrong with me, food poisoning from the TJP show.
Ah, very good. You must have been waiting how long on that? Well done. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Yeah.
How are you?
But
hopefully all is well.
Yeah, I'm getting better. Just stuck in hospital. So, what's it called?
Those hemorrhoids playing up again, are they, buddy?
Sorry?
Those hemorrhoids playing up again.
No, your brother lent me his microphone.
Inside joke for all the Monday Blues boys.
On a serious note, firstly, I want to pay my respects to Charlie Kirk. I used to had great admiration for him. So, a brother in Christ gone. Rest in peace, Charlie. Moving on to football, in regards to Elijah boys, I've been told that the directive came from Priestley himself.
Yep.
So that I only found out that a few days ago. So, in regards to the club helping him out, you know what? Let's not sugarcoat things anymore. It wasn't mental health. We've got to refrain. I understand today's Are You OK Day, but we're starting to get into a trend where we find ourselves doing the wrong thing and pulling the mental health card. That's got to stop. There are players out there and citizens and, people of society that do struggle with mental health, and it is a big issue. But for someone like, if you join the dots, if we're going to say that Elijah's mental health and that's why he was away, then why are we getting rid of him? Then we should be having a go at the club for not supporting someone. Okay? But
Great.
Michael Voss has categorically come out saying that he's very disappointed with the off-field stuff that took place. I know some of the stuff that he did, and I laughed He did something before a time trial, which blew my mind. Around us helping him find a club, I believe that's the job of his manager. Like, if you have a look at trade period, you always get to points where sometimes clubs run out of time because they're focusing on other deals to happen. So we shouldn't be wasting our time and resources trying to find him a home. That's his manager's job. Because I believe it's a simple thing. Let's say...
But Morris, I think what we're saying is, I understand that it's his manager's job to find a thing. I do understand. But at the end of the day, he's a Carlton player. And if he needs help, I think you just can't turf him away, man. Like, we've got to have some sort of responsibility. And if he's got problems with outside stuff, all I'm saying is we should be helping him just not play for Carlton, but we can't just throw him out on the street.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm sure that Elijah's manager has the tools to go to, let's say, like a Richmond. Hey, who Elijah's on. Everyone knows Elijah's there now, right? So Richmond come out, we'll give you around 4. Carlton, yep, done. See you later. Next, move on.
Yeah, but what if, Morris, just say no one picks him up, right? Just say no one wants him, right? And he's still got a year with Carlton, right? What do we do? We say we don't want to play him, and we'll say we'll pay out your contract. We know he's got some sort of issue. I believe the responsibility of the club is to make sure he's okay outside the club.
Oh, correct, his well-being, but he's got a year to run, right? So, theoretically, Carlton can terminate his contract with no wages. All right, Carlton can do the sensible. Why? Because there'd be rules in there. All right, that all Carlton need to do is come out and say, this is why we're sacking you. All right, but we're trying to do the right thing in regards to protecting the crime, if that makes sense, right? But the sensible thing that Carlton can do if no club picks him up is he might be on, I don't know, let's say 300 grand a year, 350. Carlton can turn around and say, hey, listen, we're gonna provide you with a severance pay. We're also gonna dedicate, instead of giving you that whole amount, we're gonna dedicate, let's say, 50 grand of it, where you've got a weekly sessions with a life coach, a counsellor, someone to speak to, someone life after football, and get them that way. That's where Carlton's can show their maturity and their humanity, right? Chris Davies.
Yep.
You know what? I'm glad we got him. I was hoping for Jimmy Bartel, but look, we got a non-Carlton person, and we got someone that's been in the system
11 years. 11.
Yeah. My only issue that I can see with Chris Davies is, like, if we remember a number of years ago when Port they culled their playing list, and they got, it was the Sam Walsh draft where they took in, players like Rosie, Butters, I think Bergman was another one that came through around that era. And they got into a habit of giving away their first round picks. I don't want that to be another pattern.
I think maybe he could have learnt from them. Maybe he learnt.
Oh, and that's why I'm giving him, you give him the benefit of the doubt, because he has pulled off some really good kids on that. So, have you guys heard any legs on bit of mail I got was, and like Greg Williams might be out the door?
Yeah, I heard that as well. Yep.
Yeah. And
probably coming, isn't it? He got his severance pay. He got his severance.
No, I think it's a little bit different. I think Graeme Wright is doing what everyone's supposed to, whatever CEO should be doing.
Yeah.
And I actually think that for once, and you might want to clip this because it could be used on me as great ammunition, but I actually think that Priestley is coming to the party with Graeme Wright, where he's listening. Because some mail I got just before a few days before the show was that Greg Williams was a major roadblock to our playing list and football department, and he basically blocked Voss from moving from that contested style of football, and this has come from within the walls of the club at high level. And the other info that I got was that Brad Lloyd had too much involvement with everything and that wanted his fingers in the pie in everything. So, like how there's some things that just need to be left, they don't need to get involved in. So, and that's like, you kind of ask yourself, like, you guys raised it a few minutes before me jumping on. These Carlton, the old Carlton people coming into the club and having their say, and that it's got to stop. You've got to let these new people come in, and we've never been able to do that. We've never been able to grant people their appropriate honeymoon time to do it. Like, if you have a look at Greg Swan, he's the perfect. Greg Swan and Stephen Trigg, they're the two perfect examples. Yeah, great operators, all right, but the club themselves at the time said no, they're no good
because they weren't people.
Yeah. Now, why is it that if Greg Swan's no good, goes to Brisbane straight away, turns them into a premiership powerhouse, and now is basically running the AFL operations.
Yeah.
And the questions that need to be asked are, who are the people at Carlton that are doing the assessments? And even if we look at KPIs that are set by the players, right? If we're hitting all our KPIs, who's setting the KPIs?
Yeah, I asked the same question weeks ago when I brought up KPIs to do with Voss and all that sort of stuff. We'll never know, Morris. We will never know.
We'll only know after the fact. That's it. That's when you'll know. And even that, you probably won't know unless you know a few people inside the walls. So,
did we bring in all those Carlton people? Did we bring in those Carlton people like a Greg Williams and all that? Do we bring them in because we're trying to, I'll use my favorite word here, appease the fans, like by bringing in a Greg Williams that definitely keeps everyone happy, because when he was appointed, everyone was stoked. Oh, you got Greg Williams and he can help. He can help the midfield and, and it just kept everyone calm, so.
But it rubs off. That rubs away. Yeah. And then the
100%
glitter rubs away and the shit comes to the fore. So
it's time to go!
I got a double kick. It's a double kick and an all-new lineup. Thanks, Bo. He needs to go. And Rocco, you go on eat. Thank you very much.
Just a quick one, Morris. You go back to what you said about Greg Swan. Now, he was successful before he came to us and was successful after us. Andrew Russell, he was very successful before us. We come along and we put a real big dent in his career. Brendan Bolton, successful before, successful after. How many flags has he seen after he left us? Brett Ratton, same. What's the common denominator here? Everyone that's half decent that came to our club when they had the old board and the old people running it, they, like you said, they're handcuffed. They're not allowed to do what they want to do or what needs to be done because, no, you're not a Carlton person and we don't do it this way. We do it that way and you can go now. They don't like to hear truths that are not in line with their way of thinking. I'm hoping with Priestley and this new lot that have come in, they're gone, no, we need to change. It's not working. It hasn't worked for 30 fucking years. It's not going to change.
And even Johnny on that, if you look at, everyone can have their own opinion on the person and that, right? Like Mick Malthouse. But you can't, whether you like him or not, the guy's coached the most AFL games or whatever in history, this and that. You can't do that by fluke, right? And I know for a fact that after his first year as senior coach at Carlton, that's when the knives came out for him, when he presented to the board and said, you guys are all delusional if you think that this is a premiership side, where this is nowhere near a premiership side. And they were like, oh, no, you can't say that about us, right? But the one thing that I just remembered this, right? The one thing that I've never brought up, right? So do you guys remember a number of years ago when we were after a recruiter? It was before, I don't know if it was before Silvani or, no, it was before Silvani. It was around the, who was it? What was it? Wayne Phillips and who was the other guy? Who was the other recruiter?
Oh.
Johnny, remember the other recruiter?
I do know who it is, but I'm trying to remember their name.
Would have been
Shane Rogers.
Shane O'Sullivan? No,
Shane Rogers.
Shane Rogers. Shane Rogers.
Carlton got this massive coup, right? Where they pulled, I don't know how they did it, but they actually got Geelong. Was it Luke Traynor that was at Stephen Wells at Geelong?
Stephen Wells. I think it was Stephen Wells.
Stephen Wells at Geelong. He's lieutenant. They got him over to Carlton, right? Not as the head recruiter. Underneath, I think it was Shane Rogers. All right.
It was Shane Rogers.
The guy, but there was a period where there was Shane Rogers and Wayne. There was a Wayne. I can't remember. Well, anyway, this guy lasted 3 months in the job. He was like, he was like the ants pants of like recruiters going around the next best thing, right? Can't remember his name. Well, anyway, someone that I go to the footy with, they live a few doors down. There's someone that works at the AFL.
Hughes?
Wayne Hughes.
Wayne Hughes, but that's not the one that we got. So the guy that I go to the footy with, someone that works at the AFL, went up to him and goes, mate, like, what the fuck's going on with your club? And he goes, what are you talking about? And he goes, I just got some info on this recruiter, right, that's come and gone from your club, right? He left, and the reason why he left, he turned around and said, had he stayed, he'd never work in the industry again, all right? Guess where this guy, guess who picked him up straight away? Richmond.
So come full circle to now.
So basically what I'm saying is someone that was good in, this is how we used to be, someone that was good in the industry.
Yeah.
Came into our four walls.
Yeah.
Saw the way we operated and said, hey, you know what? If I want a career in this industry, I've got to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like to get, like, boys, not that, like Brad Lloyd started at Fremantle, right? Do you guys think that Brad Lloyd will get a job anywhere else as a head of football?
Nah, definitely not.
Do you know what I mean? But see, like how
Not even at
Graeme
Pascoe
Wright-
Vale. Not even at
Yeah.
Pascoe Vale. Nah, 100%
But see
not.
how
Yeah,
like
but this is part of the big problem that goes on with the club at the moment is our past indiscretions and the people who are running the club stopped us from developing and becoming something. It looks like it's actually starting to change after all these years. That's what I'm really excited about because you can see change happening where we've never seen this kind of change happen before, and you're hearing it and you're thinking it's about time that the club has actually opened their eyes and starting to listen to outside voices rather than the inside voices, because the inside voices, they were cancerous. They took us down this dark path. They stopped us from growing as a club because they wouldn't adapt to anyone else coming in from an outside club.
Well,
it was
this
like,
is
what
what,
do you know? You're not
well,
Carlton.
that's what's happened to us up until now with all of
Exactly.
our players on field as well. So it's kind of fed all the way through, and now we're trying to sweep all the shit out again. Aiden, how are you? I know you're waiting there patiently like a good little boy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Yeah, a bit tired.
Have you been watching along or just tuned? Just
No, I had a fucking massive nap before, and I think once I was sleeping, you guys were doing your thing, but yeah, just came on now, and yeah, thought I'd get in and say hi.
Did you catch while I was going to just bring up this point because I've asked a few people, but where did it go? Mars, where did it go? Now it's gone missing. Anyway, it said that Graeme Wright, oh yeah, here it is, Petra Khan, sorry. Graeme Wright hasn't said much tonight, just sits there in the right bottom. But did you watch a bit of Graeme Wright's interview today, snippets, or did you watch the whole thing? What did you make of it?
No, I didn't watch all of it. The only part I saw was how he talked about Silvani and De Koning and how he said that they wanted to, mainly De Koning wanted to stay, but the money was just too much. And I understand that. And also about Charlie as well. Like he said the same thing a few weeks ago, how he's a contracted player and how he's reliable for us and he can't see him going anywhere. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, like the thing that I'm fascinated with is that it's Carlton first now. Like that's the thing that they're saying now. Like him, Voss, and a few other, and even some of the players as well. Why are they saying that now? Like, why are they just saying it's Carlton first now? Like, why didn't they say this 5 years ago, or when Voss first took over?
Maybe the illness was still in the body.
It's just Graeme Wright, bro. I think Graeme Wright's come in from a successful club, right? He's been a successful CEO and he's come in, he's been like, what the fuck is going on here? Right? And he's like, he's probably shocked himself that he has to say that Carlton comes first. He's probably like, why the fuck do I even have to say this? But it's that mentality. And he's brought it in. It's been him. Ever since he took more control in like round 15, 16, right? They did like a article. He's like, oh, he's more hands-on now. That was the Port Adelaide game. And after that, that was the first time they came out. And that narrative of like, oh, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. That's when that came out. So it's all him.
You can hear him talking through Voss and through Wiedering and Walsh as well, and through a few of the
But I think
go.
Sorry, go.
No, you're right.
No, I was just going to say, I think a lot of it's to appease supporters that, like myself,
agreed,
like that turn around and say, you know what, this club's run by these prima donna players. You know,
a bunch of goons. They're all professional yappers.
It's all about like my theory. Love the emblem, not the player. And I think that's what he's trying to reiterate and sell back to everyone, saying, hey, you know what? It's not about the players anymore. It's about the emblem.
Oh, it's about the club as a whole.
I think he's also addressing the fans and the players.
Yeah.
I feel like because he's taken shots at some players, he's definitely trying to get that message across to everyone.
And the players themselves are having shots at themselves.
Yeah.
When was the last time you seen that?
Which is great. And and it kind of like, follow, like, when how far do you want to go down the rabbit hole, right? And that famous saying, follow the money trail. And like everything joins. Like we'll probably sit here in 6 months' time, and something will come out, and we'll be like, so that's why that happened, or whatever. Like there was always the talk amongst the players that they stick fat and they're all united, and now it's, if you don't want to be here, we don't want you here.
And look at the players they've gone. Silvani,
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the coning, like, I don't really blame it because, like, that money, like, who wouldn't take it? Like, who wouldn't take it? But, like, them two, like, primarily Jack and Charlie, like, I feel like that I feel like they didn't really necessarily like Voss. Therefore, that's why one left and the other wants to go. If you don't like it, then you can go. Like, I don't care. Like, I like these players, but at the same time, like, what have they done in 10 years to prove that we're going to win something with them collectively? Like, that's the thing. And apparently, like, I heard, I don't know, like, how true this is, but Charlie, Cripps, and Wiedering have been bumping heads a little bit. Like, Cripps, Wiedering, and Charlie, like, they try to make Charlie better, but it seems that Charlie's a bit content with where he is, and he doesn't really push himself to become better. I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how true that is, but if that's true, then it doesn't really surprise me because the way that he plays, like, he doesn't play, like, to the point where he wants success for the club. I mean, he probably did at a point, but, I mean...
You know what he's got about, Richo in his like early days when he commanded the ball demand, and if it didn't go to him, he'd kick up a stink. It's a bit like that where I reckon he should go have a talk to Richo about it, because when he doesn't get it his own way, he can't be bothered. And right now he's not getting it his own way. The club is not where he thinks it should be at or where he should be at, and he's just like, oh, I want out now. I'm happy to take a pay cut if true. I'm happy to get traded. And, going on from that point with Charlie, is that what is the right deal? I mean, we haven't heard any of your guys' points, but I know we see him in the chat. But personally, if you come to me and say, here's Jed Walter, I mean, what are Gold Coast looking at? Are they putting their shares in Jed Walter becoming a superstar for him or becoming a star? And then, or they're happy to trade out Jed Walter, 20, 21-year-old, happy to get a 29-year-old in. He's proven, he's got a track record, 2-time Coleman medalist. And then are they now, or are they a bit like they still think they can work with Jed Walter? So look, I think it'll get done at Gold Coast. Sydney won't be the one. They'll put a clickbait bit of an article, got the Sydney fans up in a roar on Instagram. I love doing that. I'm the best clickbaiter. I'm a rage baiter best. But good at it, man. Look, I got form, man. If you go look at January, I got form. All right, I got good form with that. With Abby.
The one thing, Mars, the one thing
talking about, she's celebrating today.
Yeah. I expect nothing less.
We'll save this for after hours.
The thing with Charlie, for me, to me, he looks like a guy who, he doesn't have a brain in his head. So the only thing he's got is football. So he's going to make hay while the sun shines. He's going to make the most out of it. He looks like a guy that football comes natural to him. He doesn't have to work at it too hard. And he's content with, I'm happy to be me as I am. I don't want to work any harder. I've done what I need to do. I've got my money. I'm happy being me. Where the rest of the club are going, no, we need to strive to be better. And Charlie looks like he's got that attitude of, yeah, but I don't want to. I just want to do what I'm doing now. I'm happy doing this. I kick the ball. I kick goals. Kick it to me. I'm not doing any more.
He's got his side hustles as well. He's got about 15 businesses.
Yeah, well, he's got that now because
good on him.
100%.
But good on him. Life after football, you got to think.
Yeah, but for a football club to be successful, you need a buy-in from everybody. But
correct.
He just looks like he's, look, I'm just happy to play.
He's half
Do you think that can be fixed, Johnny?
Absolutely. Like, you've seen it. How many times Like I've said it before, like this guy runs a time trial. He's in the top 6 in our time trials, yet he can't catch a fucking shadow running out of the forward line. He gives up after 3 paces. Like he takes 3 steps and gives up. And you just go, really? What the hell's going on here? Steve May just ran away from you, yet you can outrun nearly everybody in our club. How does that work? It just baffles my brain. Like I sit there and just go, what is wrong with this person? He just gives up.
Do you think this year was just one of those years for him where he just had surgery? He just had surgery after surgery, and he had obviously injury after injury. And do you think it's that, or do you think that his motivational levels have just completely skyrocketed, and therefore because we've had a shit year, he thinks, oh, I'm going.
I hope it's injury. I hope it's the injury. Now, if it's the injury, well, then, you know, I'll give him that. I'll give him that, and I'll take that back. I'll bite my hat and I'll say sorry. But from an outside looking in, you watch him. He just doesn't look like he wants to be there. He just gives up the chase. Now, if that's because of his knee or his ankle or whatever he had done with him, and he can't accelerate because it hurts, and he's playing 90% fit, and it's like, mate, we need you out there no matter what. Then I'll give him that. And like I said, I'll eat my hat. I'll say sorry, no problem. I'll happy to be wrong. But if not,
I know,
fit in or fuck off.
It's got like he's got like a bit of both in him though. I feel like he's isn't 100%, and he's on 100, and he gets frustrated. Like you can see him get frustrated on the field, and he just doesn't really fight through it.
But like that's because of the injury, but getting frustrated because he knows he's better, but his body's letting him down.
I see that through him because, like, bro, you don't go from kicking like 80 goals a year, 60 or 70 goals a year to this, like that bad of a drop off.
No, but that's a mental application. That's not your body. Like, if you have a look at Wiedering, you know, we were playing Wiedering on one leg, and he was still your general that would die. Crippo at one stage was playing with a mattress on his ribs and everything else. All right, and you know what? There's not one player in the comp that goes out with a fresh body.
No,
they're all banged up.
With one thing on that, Morris, before you go any further, like Seba can back me on this because he's going through the same thing I am with a bad back. When you have an injury that debilitates you so much, you check out mentally. You just check out completely and just mentally check out. So it's now a mental and a physical thing that you've checked out. So to say, it's not a mental thing, when your body lets you down because you know that you can do it, and then your body goes, you ain't doing that no more. After a while, you mentally check out. You do. You give up on yourself because you know your body's let you down.
I get that. But what I'm saying, like, if we talk Charlie, right, and don't get me wrong, if the right deal the right deal has to come, and and where it's going to be hard, like if you talk Sydney, we're only going to do the deal if it's one of their stars,
and that's not
involved.
happening. It's not
happening. And Sydney are going to turn around, it's not happening, and we're going to turn around and say, well, you know what, he's our player, he's not coming to you. And if it means that we've got to fall on our sword with him, keep him, and play him in the twos, all right?
That won't happen.
No, but what I'm saying, but hang on a minute. So you've got to remember where this year's a little bit different, right, is there's going to be quite a bit of player movement going around, all right?
Oh, yeah.
So the side that you saw this year is going to be completely different next year. There's going to be at least 5-6 changes, okay, to the playing list. We might not be heavily reliant, okay? Now, I've got this funny suspicion that we've got Carlton are holding an ace up their sleeve, and they're not telling anybody. All right?
Butters.
But they're butters. All right?
Maybe
And
next year, but with Butters.
Nah, I reckon it's
Yeah.
this year.
Nah,
No, I have a big
I reckon-
feeling. Just to add on to that, I have a big feel. How much? We've got what 2 first-round picks this year?
Yep.
Just
Wow.
off compo, yeah.
Yeah. So
the Silvani one will be used for Harry Dean because we'll have enough points accumulated from
Yeah.
all the other draft picks, and then the TDK deal. While with what you
Yeah.
do is probably
They've got
give
that
it,
kid from the NGA,
but then we're going to get Jack Ison as well.
Yeah.
So
Jack Ison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, like, let's say if, because apparently there was a report going around that it's Flanders. What's the other guy? I forgot the Walter and Piquet. Yeah. If we did that deal, we'd have, I think, 3 first-round picks. You'd give 2 to. You'd obviously lose Charlie, but you'd give 2 to Port, and then you'd say, here's 2 for Butters, and that's it. Pick 8 and pick 10, and that's it. I feel like they'd want to do that deal because.
I just
What
don't
would the-
rate. I don't rate Flanders. I don't rate him.
I don't think
Don't rate
they'll
him.
let Butters go. I don't think Port will let Butters go on any terms whatsoever. Bro, he's 23 and the captain of their club. He's not
Oh,
going.
but then he can force next year, and then he just
Next
leaves
year
on
he
his own
can.
right.
Yeah, he leaves
Exactly.
for nothing. That's the
And
thing.
they'll get a pick anyway. They get a high.
But would you rather get 2 picks or 1 pick? Like, that's the thing. Like, you get 2 top 10 picks for him, and that's it.
And that's the thing. Where Carlton supporters, where we're lucky, in a way, is we're kind of blessed that Silvani's walking, and that St Kilda have come to the party.
Yeah, and
given
provided
that
that 7 figures.
because
That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
because otherwise, if Sauce was staying, we'd only have that
9
first pick for
TDK.
TDK, right?
And we'd be splitting it too.
Yeah, and the reality is, if there was no free agency, would you trade TDK for pick 9? You'd want more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, does that make sense?
It's a good return on investment. He's pick 30 when we drafted him, and then you get pick 9, the top.
I
top
get
10
that.
draft pick. But in this year's draft, probably not. You want higher.
Yeah,
He's not as strong.
And that's where
as they say.
Port might fall next year as well too. Like let's say I haven't done any calculations or whatever, but let's say like on Aidan's theory where we turn around and say to Port, we'll give you pick 8 and pick 10 and steak knives or whatever, right? For Butters. They might turn around and say, well, if we don't take it next year, we're only going to get 1 pick. So, I don't know. And the other thing, you guys here, hey, it's like we're starting to win tax lotto. Everything's starting to fall our way. Have you noticed?
Right now,
Guess who's on several clubs' radar?
Oh, McGovern.
No, Bins.
Oh, Jackson Bins.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know how.
Bro, he's not that bad. Why do you guys hate him?
Hey,
Bro, he can't
Professional
defend.
haters, bro.
I've
he
seen him
can't
play.
defend.
Professional haters.
Bro, he's played 8
defend,
AFL
he
games
can't
in like a
defend.
What do you,
terrible
have
system.
you, bro, did you
Tush.
watch him at the games? He can't two-way
Yeah.
run. I'm telling you,
let
getting
me
rid of
explain
him
something to
and
you.
bringing in Chesser straight in for him, a two-way runner, quicker, better ball user, and he's got more upside.
I'm happy with that. I'm not saying Binns is a star. I'm just saying I don't think
No,
he's
Bins will
as
never
bad.
play for the Carlton Football Club ever again.
Ever again.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why Bins didn't get a look in anymore?
Attitude.
Attitude.
Do you want to know what he did?
Go.
What do you do?
So Bins cracked the shits, all right, and sent a silly fucking text message
In a WhatsApp group, I've heard.
in a group chat saying no selection integrity, fuck the coaches, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Guess who was in that group chat?
Yeah.
Voss. And
Yeah.
Voss pulled him in. Hey, Voss tore shrieks out of him. And see how the dots
Yeah.
Well, the dominoes are falling, mate.
So his
remember
nickname at
when-
the club is Garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but remember
actual.
when
Garbage
remember when Voss had a go at Bins at
Yep.
3/4 time?
Yeah,
And everyone's like, "Oh, why having a go at a guy that's played 8 games?"
That's why.
Maybe
Yeah.
no, maybe it was Voss the same selection integrity. I've given you your fucking game. What are you doing?
Yeah. You're not doing your job.
So
It's all hearsay.
Yeah.
It's all speculation.
oh yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Anyway,
Yeah,
guys,
but
before you go any further, I'm going to head off for the night. Thank you very much. Enjoy. And
It's time to go!
Love you, Johnny. Thank you. Always love his input. But no, it's mate. Some of the players that are getting touted Bins, I'm like, there's no way. Who's
McGovern.
picking this bloke up?
McGovern. How?
McGovern,
There's like
McGovern
3
are
clubs
like 4
looking
clubs.
McGovern.
North want him. Can you imagine?
Oi, bro, take him off our hands. I'll take them all.
have you seen who North are after?
Charlie
Fargo.
Spargo.
Nah, they're going Spargo.
Spargo, Windhager, but Windhager is going to go.
Windhager, Starcevic.
I was actually gonna bring this up because I love my NGAs and all this, right? My unrestricted NGAs, unrestricted free agents, my UFAs, sorry, not your NGAs. Fucking mate, why wouldn't we go for a Starcevic? Mate, I think he's a brilliant player.
Brendan Starcevic.
Brendan Starcevic.
Yeah.
I think he's a brilliant player. He's a brilliant player.
How old is he?
I think you just got to be careful on who you go and pick.
I
Like,
understand that, but look at this. He's fucking tough. He's a tough footballer. He's a trusted footballer, right? He's won a flag. He'll play down back. And also can teach Harry O'Farrell, which I know who is out, Harry Dean, and also just brings that experience, gives something for Haynes as well as Weedery. I think they're going to have a good look at him. I think you haven't, because all the unrestricted free agents, we haven't heard a lot of movement on them from us yet. So I think we're keeping our cards close to our chest. I mean, like, what are they going to bring? But I know there's Buku. I know, but they're all contracted. And Liam Reddy, which will be a handy pickup, I think. But looking
what
at
about this Buku?
Buku Kamas,
Do you want him?
he's a good player. I think he's a good player.
Mind,
I think he can plug a hole. Genuinely, I think he can plug a hole.
If he comes to start wearing headbands.
But what I mean,
no, I want Camden. I want Camden. Give me Camden.
What I mean, like, you get like Buku Kamas, right? So is he like? Because don't forget, Brody Kemp will be fit next year. Yeah, so
he goes up forward.
Yeah, but
who
he
goes
doesn't
up
want to.
forward?
Brody Kemp.
That guy, like he's the great example as to how bad our development's been. We've chucked him forward, back, midfield. Like
He's a tampon.
Yeah.
He's been used to plug holes
for
though.
4 weeks, 3, huh?
He's been used down back to up forward to plug holes though.
Yeah,
Talking
but
about Camp,
he also was in the VFL. If you go look at the VFL back in the early days, he was a forward, and then they put him down back. So,
but he was a better backman than he was a forward, right? We can agree
Well,
on
But
that.
he's only played 7 games as a forward.
yeah,
he did
there's
all
no
right.
continuity.
I mean, but I don't know. I don't think he's shown enough as a forward. I don't get why we have to experiment with players. Why?
No, what I mean by is Buka Kamas, is he going to take him and Kemp going to be fighting for the same spot?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure, but
think
Buka's
You know what I
coming. Buka's coming to Carlton because he wants more like backline time, and the Bulldogs aren't giving it to him.
Yeah, but if you look at Buka Kamas, right? So if we go on that, right? So, boys, mark my word. Mark these words. I've been saying it for how long? Harry Dean will play round 1.
100%. 100%.
Harry Dean will play round 1, and he'll
He's
play
a top
round
5
2,
talent.
and he'll play
15 games.
Samuel. Yeah.
15
Right.
minimum. Wait, did you hear, before you go on, did you hear that prick at St Kilda?
Silvani.
Yeah,
Silvani.
apparently. I don't know. But what I've heard is that he wants to match and go higher than Carlton.
Even
So we
on
have,
our account, yeah. On
so
our
we have to
academy
pay out
squad.
of our asses for him.
No, but that's where Carlton can be smart. Is you got to remember you only need the points.
I get that, but you're using a lot of capital.
So no, but you can go to a club and say, hey, we'll give you kick 8, give us 2 second rounders.
I understand that,
And
but
then-
what are you going to? I understand that, but this prick.
He thinks he's fucking us, but he's not, because we're just going to make up the points. In
Don't worry.
theory, we're not using pick 8 and pick 10.
They got Tom DeCond anyway. They got Tom DeCond. That's what they got. Fucking frauds. But
You
yeah,
know,
he's a prick. But yeah, what are you going to say about
so like if you look at like the back line, Wiedering,
Yeah.
Haynes, Lockie,
Haynes.
they're Lockies.
Yeah,
Lockies,
Lockie Cowan.
right?
You can't have too many
Cowan.
tolls though, because you
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
be
but that's
you
what
got to
I'm
be
saying.
dynamic enough. Yeah,
Cowan,
Newman,
Newman,
Hollands, or you're putting him back on the
I
wing.
don't want him
Yeah,
playing.
let's
at
put him.
halfback.
Let's put him on the wing, right? But
I don't want him playing there
Free
anymore.
my man. Free my man, Ollie Hollands onto that wing, blood. Free
I-
my man, cuz.
I don't mind him at
Fucking hell.
halfback. But I don't mind him at
Nah.
halfback. But like, I don't want him there like 100% of the game.
Harry Dean.
And
That's
Buku.
5, right?
Buku Kamas.
But then, like, who misses out? Because then, let's say in 2027,
Yeah.
do you go? And this is where you got to be like, is it Kemp up forward or Buku Kamas, or is it?
I think
Haynes
Kemp will stay up forward. I
retires?
think they're gonna. Nah, I think they're gonna stay with Kemp up forward.
I
Well, if
yeah,
you get rid of
Is
rid
this-
of Curnow,
Oh yeah.
No,
If
but then
Curnow
you
doesn't,
then you got Jed Walter there.
See,
if
see,
yeah,
I
if
don't-
okay, sorry, go on, Morris.
I don't think Kemp, unless Kemp plays in defence, I don't think Kemp will play next year.
Yep.
And the reason being, even if Curnow goes, all right, they're going to go with Mackay and Hudson O'Keefe as the 2 ping tools. All right, and the number 1 spot, it'll be fought over between Pitternet and Reedy.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting because how many kids do you go? I don't think they'll overdo it. That's why I think they're gonna go pretty strong in this in the unrestricted free agents. They're gonna have to bring them in. They're gonna have to bring them in.
just because the media is not linking us to 15,000 of these players doesn't mean that we're looking at them. Like I guarantee you now. Like my theory on Butters, they're probably looking at scenarios. Oh, if this happens, like how do we get Butters? How do we get Starcevic? What if can we bring in McIntosh? Like I think Sam Mitchell said at the start of the year that. He said, I think Hawthorn, like every club, like if a player's like not contracted or if they have 2 years left on their deal, then they look at scenarios as to how they can get them to their club. So I think we're probably doing something similar as well. But I would love to have a Starcevic. Like he'd bring experience. He'd help out obviously O'Farrell, Dean, and give Haynes, I think, a bit of time off as well.
But if you bring in my like I was thinking about it too, Starcevic. So if you bring in Starcevic, do you halt the progression of a Lockie Cowan? Because he's kind of that role. You know what I mean? He's kind of a one-on-one defender, can run off, but strong in the air. So do you halt the progression of Lockie Cowan? I think he'll play the game next year.
I agree with that. With that. And you're wasting your resources.
Because are we about? I mean, like I always want premiership experience on field because there isn't enough. There isn't any of it on the field, but it's in the positions. You got to pick the right positions as well, because who are you halting?
Butters.
I mean, he's not premiership experience, but he's a super. Like he's a star.
Yeah, but you throw Butters into our side.
We're 10 times better
with a fit Walsh,
of course,
and you know a Cripper and Ollie and Jagger and that, right? All of a sudden, we're a different unit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but what happens to Chera then and Hewitt?
Well, he's in that
They're still there.
Yeah, they're in there. They're just
second rotation.
Yeah, that's a second rotation.
They're still there.
You got to sacrifice. He can have him on the bench anyway.
Walsh played his best footy in 2023, starting centre bouncers off the half forward line.
Half forward. But he's a runner. He's just a runner. I think, and Chesser as well, bringing in Chesser as well is a good addition. He can play on the outside, so he can put him on a wing. He can play there. Predominantly, he wants to play midfield. But is he going to get that time? Probably in that second rotation. But I think wing and then go in. You know what I mean? Him and Ollie Hollands as your wingman. I mean, I know I'm just throwing Akers to the Sharks and in the bin, but I think it's time. I think it's time.
Isn't Akers
next year?
Yeah.
You got to remember, Mark.
He's nothing, but he's done. His body is riddled. It's done.
But
I would rather McIntosh than him.
Huh?
Nah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would.
I've said I would, so everyone knows.
He gives you experience. I'm telling you now, he would.
A bit of ball user too, and he knows what it takes.
He would tremendously help out our young players.
But you got to remember something as well too, right? And this is like when I saw North Melbourne again after Spargo, right? Yeah, he's a premiership player, but doesn't mean that he's got that ability to be that outside the premiership club.
Yeah, you can't just bring in like 20 unrestricted free agents. You got to pick the right one. And this is what I was saying. Like, you know who I would go and pick up is a Fiorini. I've said it for how many weeks? Would love to bring him in.
But doesn't mean just because you won a premiership.
No. There's a different type. Like, you could have won a premiership like a Jake Bauer. You won it at like 18, 19, and you want to go bring him in. It's Camden McIntosh is what, 30? He knows how to get there. He's done it 3 times. And he's still got, I think he's still got 2-3 years of good football, at least 2 years of good football in him. He knows what he can bring to a team like us and to young wingers like the Campos, Ollie Holland, and a Chesser. If
look at Richmond this year with him in there. I didn't really watch a lot of Richmond this year, but I mean, players like him, they help. They further progress young players' development.
You don't need too many of them. There's a threshold.
You just
need to go over the threshold. So
a lot of players like that just add stability as well, and just like that knowledge, right? Like you look at, I'll use Jack Darling at North Melbourne, right? Jack Darling isn't a star player. He's not kicking. I think he still kicked like 25 goals, but he's not there to be the main attraction, right? He's more there for like a mentor role, but he adds stability to that forward line. Like you look at everyone in that North forward line, they've all had like career best seasons. Like Hamza had a career best season because of the stability that Jack Darling brings, right?
Yeah, but he was a star.
He was. I mean, he's only kicked
600
goals.
Yeah,
and he's got the know-how that you say though. He's got that know-how.
That's what I mean. But like right now, Jack Darling, right now, Jack Darling is not that guy, right? Like
it's footy IQ.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but he's passing off like his footy IQ to Larky, Paul Curtis. Paul Curtis has been fucking unbelievable this season.
Hey, Paul Curtis is the best small forward in the competition.
Yeah, I always say top 5. I love him. He's a gun. He's a genuine gun.
I can't believe he didn't get All Australian, that guy.
But
Cherry didn't get All Australian. Sorry, but Tristan.
Oh, Cherry. I thought you said Chera. I'm like, what?
Nah, fuck Chera, bro. Get that out of the club.
You know who there's a bit of sriracha hot sauce, master food sauce on this one, but Bailey Fritsch.
Really?
No.
Yeah, but you bring him in, mentoring role, and people are going to go, oh, but mentoring for how? All right, so he knows what it takes. Would you
take advice off someone that's called Bailey?
All right, what about Bailey Smith?
Same thing. Would you take advice off him?
What about Bailey Dale? I don't know. I'm just throwing Baileys in there. All right, what about Zach Bailey? You're going to say that's his second name.
Yeah.
But bring him in, mentoring role for Ison to bring him through. Jack Ison and Ashley.
Yeah, but how much are we
bring him through? You're gonna have to bring these players through. They can't all up.
But how much money are you gonna give him? That's the thing.
You give him 600-700K, 700, man. 600.
Dude.
Bailey Fritsch. It's 600 to get him out.
Nah.
What are you going to give him? 300,000?
No. But see, the way I look at it is, and you know what? We've all got different opinions, right? The changes that there's already one player that needs to come into the side automatically, right? And that's Jagger Smith.
Yeah, we
right?
know that.
Then you've got, your additions. Like Harry Dean's going to be on the list. Don't forget Chesser that wants to come. Reedy that wants to come. Now I'm not saying they're all going to make the side or whatever, right?
No. Yeah, go.
You've still got the Camperelli boys that need to
Correct.
cement a spot into the side. That Charleston, he looks
Harry
good.
Carlton.
I was gonna bring something
he'll
up.
come in. He'll come
All
into
right.
side soon.
So you've got like him. Then you've got like, there's going to be other movement, like like others that we trade, and so don't forget, like, with these players into the side and fitter, all right, like Zach Williams has come off for his best year, yeah, and I really rate Zach Williams, all right. He's one of our best ball users. He's very smart football brain. So
but his body lets him down.
But he played 19 games this year.
I understand that, but his body still lets him down.
No, but what I'm saying, he played 19 games this year, right? You've got to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's over that now.
Well, he's got 1 year left.
No, but what I'm saying is he played in the past year. He used to break down, right? This year, you can say, okay, we've probably got his body right. He's probably got his body right?
Yeah.
So
he played 19 last year, which was,
Yeah. So he's going to be permanently in the side. There's going to be less interruptions. Harry Mackay is going to be fit and firing, we hope. Francis Evans fits in. And that, right? So there's going to be maybe 10 players that come into the club, but not all 10 are going to come into the side. Does that make sense? Because
I still reckon there'll be at least 6 or 7 from, well, at least 6 from round 1 this year to round 1 next year that you'll see completely different. Could be more. It could be more to round 1.
But like with everyone coming in, right?
Yeah.
Can you see like Kemp getting the game?
What, round 1?
Yeah. No. Your best next 23. Your best 23.
What is your best 23? But I could see him getting the game. Why not? You can't?
I can't in the forward line.
All right. I mean, when does he come back? He'll play minimum 6 or 7 games.
Like, can you see Lewis Young getting the game next year?
No, you'll probably get you get 5 or 6. I said he get over 8 this year, and he got 9, I think, or 10. But I reckon he probably get 5 or 6. You're gonna have to. They're gonna, but I'm not saying they're not key starters. No, they're not starters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but they might become starters. You don't know. Is he going to become a starter? Probably not. Let's be honest.
They're depth players. You need depth players.
Yeah, like Moya's only going to get better.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Does that make sense? And I don't think moving forward, and I think that this is on the Carlton, I think it's instilled in them as well too. I don't think that we can go into next year with like Fogarty, Evans, Durden, and Motlop in the same side.
Nah, you lose more than you win.
Does that make so? Like, there maybe 2 of them, only 2 can play.
Well, your mix it'll be Harry, it'll be Moya. If he starts, as you probably will. Evans, 100%. Motlop, if he signs, and then you got two. Williams will definitely start, but he's kind of a fluid player, isn't he? Like Zach Williams, he was probably start up there, but he roams. Yeah. He's a roamer. I think again, if he can play 20 games again, I think I'm not saying he is, but he can be like that kind of a Cozzy Pickett, like a spark.
Yeah.
He's that X factor player that can provide all over the ground. You know, he can ignite something, a bit of an energizer at times when you're dull, and give the ball to him and he'll make something happen. He is that player. There's no question about it, but it's whether you're going to get that for 15 or for at least 15 games in the year. And hopefully you do. I know it's his last year of his contract, so he'll be playing like he won't eat again. Well, he definitely will be eating after next year, after what he's on next year. But yeah.
What's going on with Motlop?
2 years offered, 2 years. I think it's 2 years.
And he wants what?
He wants
three.
Port's offering him 3, apparently.
3, yeah.
I've heard they've pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old mate in the bottom right-hand corner apparently don't rate him.
And I don't either.
A lot of people don't.
And you know what? I'm big on this. He was on $500,000.
I think he got the same contract or a bit less.
All right. You're not happy? Mate, sign a 1 year contract. Prove yourself. All right. Turn into that small forward that everyone thinks that you want them to think that you are. And we'll happily pay you. Mate, turn into Eddie Betts and we'll happily give you $800 a year.
Carrion Cross says he doesn't care about Motlop. We want to know about Boyd.
Oh, yeah, that guy, far out.
Where is Jordan Boyd? What, mate, he's like, where's Wally? Remember when I asked, where's Busher? Where's Boyd? Where is Jordan Boyd? Where is this bloke?
This guy was in our best 22 last year.
He's on that binge treatment.
I don't think Boyd ever was in our best 22, boys.
Nah.
He was just a filthy, mate. Come on.
It was on the cut. It was fringe.
Hey, listen.
He's in our best 30. That's about it.
Because a tush. You were too young, but you know, many years ago, Carlton wanted to get quicker.
Yeah.
So they recruited a guy by the name of Cullen Chambers.
Oh.
Bro, let me tell you, nobody could catch him.
Yeah.
He was, you know how quick he was?
Yeah, quick.
Mate, he was like lightning. Seriously. The only thing, he didn't know what to do when he had a footy in his hand. He was that shit.
He'd even say that too.
And that's the same as Boyd, yeah? He's a good kick, but he's a shit footballer.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But I don't know. How old is he? He's 26, yeah? Boyd was always a bit shit, but I still think that there was something there. Like, but again, he's on that bench treatment. He doesn't like Voss. He's like,
Is he a two-way player? You got to be a two-way player in this day and age. You have to be a two-way player. You have to be. You can't be going one way when it's easy.
Yeah, that's
like a lot of our players. So look at Saad. Would you say he's any better than Saad? Or like, would you say he's worse than Saad?
Oh.
Saad's deteriorated.
On this year's form, probably the same.
Yeah.
Saad's deteriorated, but you got to remember, Saad had class.
Yeah. But he was all Australian in 2022.
He still does. I just don't think we give him enough easy ball. Maybe he's not there to give it to him. And the way we set up doesn't help him either. So, I don't know. I still got a thing for, like, there's still maybe something for him there. There has to be.
So, but then you got to ask yourself, like, you can't want to, I don't know, revitalise the team and not get rid of no one.
Yeah, but it's how far do you go?
No, I know that.
Because if you go too far one way, you'll see it in the first 5 rounds. The first round will tell you. If they go so far one way, meaning one way going a really young, you're in for a long season and don't expect a lot of wins. You might get a lot of wins because there's enough class in the topper echelon with the Walsh, Wiedering, your Cripps if he's firing, and Mackay that can drag him. But if they're not firing, can the middle tier players step up to the road? And who knows?
I'm gonna be really worried if we go down that path, because Voss said a couple of weeks ago that next year's gonna be a reset, and I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean playing more youth than what we did this year? Because
No,
if anything,
reset.
if anything, this year was the reset. To be honest.
But that's like the jumper punch might want to reset their what's it called? Their panel. Doesn't mean
we are.
Doesn't mean
we kicked Paul out for everyone. Nah, he just left.
But you're but let's say, but that's a reset. You might
maybe there's a reset in game plan, mate. There's a reset everywhere.
It's a reset. It's not a redo. It's not like they're going to change everything.
Like some people,
Sorry, Aiden, go.
Yeah, no, some people think that by losing Charlie and all that sauce and TDK, we're rebuilding, we're fucked. We're not. Like, if you think about it, the players that we can bring in and that we're bringing in and that we're linked to, like, they can seriously help us out pretty well, and they can drag us to that next level. I'm not saying a flag next year, but I'm saying like top 8, top 6. Like, just because we lose a gun, that doesn't mean that we're completely fucked. Like, yeah, we lose something, but I mean, I feel like we could get something in return, i.e. Butters, because I feel like the club would want to satisfy the fans as well a little bit, because if you lose Charlie, who's a fan favourite, then, I mean, yeah, the next year the fans are going to be pretty, they're not going to be too happy if we don't bring in, like, let's say, Butters.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, if we're going to get rid of all these players and not, sorry, Morris going for a walk threw me off. If we get rid of all these players and not bring in anyone of like similar talent, then we are fucked.
Yeah,
right? But it depends what we, because like I said all, like throughout the whole year, I'm like, bro, if you get rid of Charlie and don't get someone that can fill that void, we're so finished.
Well,
we're so finished.
That's why you try and go and get is Jed Walter.
Walter, or yeah.
And if
right?
not, well, you go and look to the draft, and can a pick suffice Charlie Curnow for the future? And you probably go no, because the draft is pretty. It's bleak. It's not strong, and it's not deep. And are there any good key players they can get for a high draft pick? Probably not. So that's why it's a bit difficult. But you're going to be asking for a player like for Jed Walter. You'll be asking for a player like Bailey Humphries. Maybe you want to change the dynamic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's going to go this year, Charlie.
No, he will. Yeah.
You'll go. I reckon it'll be pick 8, either Flanders, Fiorini, or Humphrey and Walter.
Fiorini is unrestricted free agent, so you can just get him.
Yeah. So it'll probably be pick 8, Flanders, Humphrey, or Walter.
I don't know. I don't think they'll part ways with Bailey Humphrey. I'd be asking the question, which I think they would be, but they won't part ways with him. That kid is in their 2022 and probably one of the first 5 names picked every week. Kid's going to be a fucking superstar. Yeah. If he can get it all right above the shoulders, genuine superstar. I mean, you see what he does anyway, but I think Jed Walter's the one. He's like kind of out of favor. He can't get ahead of Ethan Reed. People go, why can't he get ahead of Ethan Reed? Maybe he just hasn't shown enough, or Ethan Reed just done a bit more. So I reckon he's the one, and you pick 8. I don't know about Flanders. Everyone, yeah. Do you need Flanders? Where are you going to put him? Where are you putting Flanders? Halfback?
If I'm being honest, I don't even know who Flanders is.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know who Flanders or Walter.
Where does he play?
From The Simpsons.
Ned.
Put a pair of glasses on him and he turns into might as well be called Ned.
I don't even know who this fucking
he's been playing through like that half forward, then into the midfield. He started half back. He had 30, 40 every week last year. No one knew him because he's just a straight jobber. So I don't rate Flanders. Maybe they could make work, but I don't think they'll pull in Flanders. I just don't think so, because how many are you going to have through that midfield?
Yeah.
But you need talent for your midfield.
Yeah, and is
And you
Flanders
need like
is Flanders talent? I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know, but
is he a role player?
He's not here.
For you
I
to-
actually watch a lot of. I watch a lot of Gold Coast, and I just don't think he's good enough.
Okay.
I don't
Would
think
you
he's a good enough footballer. I mean, I've been wrong on footballers, but I don't think he's good enough. Blake Baggers reckons he's a good ball user. I just don't reckon he's good enough. Is he a good ball user? Pull me up the stats, cuz I don't think he's that good. I'm happy to be wrong. Happy to be wrong.
Would you
But
be
Jed
cons-
Walter and their pick 8, I don't know if they'll do their pick 8. I just don't know because I know they need their picks for their academy players that they have to pick.
yeah, but you got to remember as well.
I know they
too,
got
right. Like
3. They got 3.
just because you're an academy player, right? Like we've got academy players, right? Like Jack Eason
Awesome.
and
Awesome, yeah.
Ison.
Yeah, they won't go
Doesn't
as
mean-
high as you think they are going to go.
No. It doesn't mean they're going to be any good.
No, I know.
All that means is that they're indigenous or they're from a different community, and that's it. And they're
But I
your club.
also think it's a push from the AFL and
Correct.
Gold Coast as well. It's deeper than it seems on the surface.
Like Gold Coast, are in the semi-final. If
Good
they
for me.
beat Brisbane, if they beat Brisbane
They can
this week, they'll make a prelim.
100%.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
they'll play-
Wait. Just to go back off, when at 76, which is elite, which you are wrong. So
Fake news.
you are wrong. He goes at a career 51.7%, and this year by 40 went at 43.7%.
What?
So check the statistics, fam. And you can go back to last year, it was a bit better 55.9, 52.8, 52.6, 50.8, 54.8. So make sure you go check the statistics, fam.
As a what? Where does
There
he
you
play?
go.
As a
Just making up
midfielder?
shit. I just pull it up 43.7. What's a bot, bro? He's not even a jobber. That's disrespectful to people that are jobbers, bro.
You know what's crazy? If you kick the ball over 40 meters and it lands within
it's
like
an
5
effective
meters.
stat. Yeah.
So how the 40% is nuts.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
If you kick the ball
Over 40 meters.
and
It's
what?
effective.
It's
It's a-
not
if it's-
probably ChatGPT, cuz. Go on Wheelo ratings and check his career, man.
Someone
The
said
most
that
comprehensive stats you can look at, man. Go WheeloRatings.com. Search his name and go do your research. Did it in 1 minute.
And also about Charlie, like I think he's burnt enough bridges now. Like you can't make a big song and dance about wanting to go to the point like, oh, I want to make
Bro,
it.
AFL stats, bro, they're fraudulent, man. Fraudulent, bro. Don't worry. Now these blokes trying to fucking gaslight me, bro. Okay, he's trying to rage bait me, bro. Good, well done. Champion data stats are so fake. All right, go watch him play football and tell me how good he is, okay? And then every club in the land would be in for him. Every club. No one's in for him, cuz. No one. But anyway, go. Sorry.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, like I think like with Charlie, like I think he's burnt enough bridges now. Like I don't think like if you're gonna make a big song and dance about, oh, I wanted to go to the point like, oh, I would love to take a pay cut to leave, then you can't have people like that because clearly he isn't invested to stay. Like if people want it, like I would love him to stay, but if he's not invested, then just fuck off. Simple. Like that's how I see it. Because if he can't go, and if he rocks up to the club thinking, oh yeah, like everything's fine, like everything's completely good now, like. Yeah, I mean,
he's had his as we heard, and known for on good authority, and from a while ago, is that the bust up, between him and Voss it's legit.
Yeah,
concrete. So I don't know what like. He just wants to get it his own way. He just doesn't like it the way it is. And if he wants to go, go. If he wants to go take a pay cut, go. We're happy to pay 20% of your pay. But go.
But
leave.
You know what I'd love to know? Like, on what planet? Bring the camera with you.
Take the mic with you. I want to hear it.
Okay.
Like, on what planet can a player, whether it be Charlie Cripps or whatever, have a go at the coach, blue with the coach, and expect things to be roses?
Well, you look at like, I don't know. There's plenty of examples of like players that played soccer, right? Football, like, and they don't get like the star players. I can't think of one right now, but there's plenty of them that don't get along with the coach, but it was still like
And they
Hazard.
but they got
Like,
moved on. Look at
not
Beckham.
all the time.
Moved on.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
even like,
I don't mind Charlie being a diva. I don't care. If he's doing his job and kicking goals, bro, do whatever the fuck you want. Right?
But
as long as it's not detrimental to the people around him, as long as he's not being too much of a nuisance, I don't care. Like Fev, like when Fev used to like Fev after the Brownlow, I didn't give a shit that he got drunk. Like obviously I'm young, I don't remember. But did you guys care when he got drunk? Do you guys give a shit? No. Because off field. You don't give a shit about off field. As long as he's going out and kicking goals, doesn't matter.
I mean,
It
a little
shouldn't matter.
bit. A little bit you need to care because it can be detrimental to the club. Like what Fev did, like it was pretty bad.
Well,
But
drunk at the Brownlow.
yeah, because I mean, if we
that
had
was
Fev, we could have won a play.
The stories that came off the back of it. But
yeah, they were bad. They were bad.
Like, I grew up watching Michael Voss, right, as an adult.
I remember watching him as a fucking kid, man. What a player! Unreal.
Like, what a player!
Warrior.
And you look at it, bro. Whether you're a coach, whether you're a player, and then you become captain, and then you go into assistant coaching, and then you go to a coach, and then you go back to assistant coaching, and then coaching. You don't change the way that you think that football, the fundamentals and the basics of football. All right? Now, do you really reckon that Voss never went up to Charlie and said, hey, fucking start chasing?
No, 100% he did.
Start tackling? And what? Is that why Charlie's cracked the shits?
Probably.
And had a fight? Because how do you punch on?
Did they punch on?
Like a coach?
Did they punch on?
Did they punch on?
Morris just revealed breaking news. He wasn't supposed to tell us.
No way.
No,
only.
Fucking break his knees enough.
Like there was another coach that used to fight with one of his players all the time, and it was Lee Matthews and Jason Ackermanis.
Yeah.
But Ackermanis. But Ackermanis used to turn it on for him every week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Lee Matthews used to say, fuck, what do I do? I can't drop him. I can't do it. He's winning games for me. Whereas Charlie's getting told, you know, like, what's he upset about? That he has to do his job.
Probably at the fact that the ball flies in there all over the fucking place. And to be honest, I can't blame him because if I'm him and if I'm seeing the ball just fly up in the air and if I'm like calling for the ball to come at me, because we're at games, like I look at him and he does point, like he points at the players, like kick it there, but they fucking kick it elsewhere. Like that's why I don't really blame him for that. But I mean, other stuff like I do blame him. Like it doesn't lead. He's a bit lazy, but I don't know. Who knows what? Maybe Voss staying made him crack the shits a little bit as well, and therefore that's why he wants to go.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But Aiden, whether the ball gets bombed on your head, and like the classic Curnow, yeah, one hand up in the air, wrestling, this and that, blah blah blah, and not chase and they zoom off half back. All right? Doesn't matter how that delivery came in. You still got to give you 100%.
Yeah, you still got to lead him, mate.
What does Wettering do then? Give up and say, fuck this, I'm not defending. You can all go fuck yourselves. Yeah, the ball's only come down here because he's lost the ball, this and that. But I'm not defending.
Oh yeah, I just think
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean. It's a buy-in. It's
Yeah.
a buy-in.
I got one thing to say. I must give Blake Baggers an apology. I read kick percentage, not kick effectiveness. 64.8% anyway. So anyway, still
That's
poo. It's all right. It's all right. But
All
still
right.
wouldn't want him in my team anyway.
It's better than half outside.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it?
But yeah, back
Give
to
me
Charlie.
Sorry, Blake Baggers. We're still poo. He's a jobber, cuz.
But yeah, back to Charlie. Yeah, I just think that his ego's gotten that huge to the point that he thinks that he's bigger than the fucking club. Because, like, to be fair, like, we have a fucking membership named after the guy, and everyone, to be fair, he put bums on seats.
Yeah, he puts kids' bums on seats. That's what I said. My bum doesn't go on the seat because of him.
Hey,
but
listen.
He sells badges, bro. A lot of badges.
Hey, but listen, and listen properly. The emblem on the front of our jersey.
It's more important than the fucking player.
No. Has always put bums on seats.
On seats.
Yeah. It's the emblem that's made the player. Why do you think people turn around and say, "Oh, there's life at Carlton"? Like, you know, they're one of the big, you know, you play in front of 80,000 people every week. There's you get to, you know, like, get a job at Vizzy, or you know, here or there, whatever.
Mm. Yeah, it sets you up for life. Look at Charlie.
That's
I actually like this point. Lewis Pavlos. Voss needed to go, not Charlie. Sure, you can see Voss can't coach. There was going to be a mass exodus at Brisbane, but they sacked him before that could happen. If you told everyone at the start of the year, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe this might be a 50-50 actually. Who would they pick between Charlie leaving or Voss leaving? Who are you getting rid of? I mean, a lot of people are going to say...
Yeah, but why don't you say the truth? Why don't you say the truth?
Who?
No, why don't you say the truth? You can't put it like that. I'm sorry. You're going to say at the start of the year, Voss leaving and Charlie staying. But if Voss leaves, you got a pissed off Walsh, Cripps and Wiedering.
Yep. What would they be pissed off for?
Because Charlie's not towing the line.
As I said before,
you know the messaging behind Walsh, Wiedering and Cripper about being here? That's not a TDK and Silvani.
Nah, it's him. The guys are part of our fucking leadership group. For fuck's sake.
That's all for selling shit. That's bullshit. That's cap.
For what the leadership group think? Oh yeah,
cap.
Yeah, I don't know how we got.
That is cap. But I heard some other things that I will not share on here in respect to what I heard. This is off the camera type discussion. Oh yeah.
About Ayla.
Nah.
Ayla.
You probably one of the guys you just mentioned just before, one of the players. So you're trying to think, aren't you?
No, I already know.
Nah, who? You don't know. You don't know. You know it's one of the three names. So you're going to be a 33% chance.
No.
Hey, Mars, you can put in the private chat here.
Oh, yeah. Mars, please don't blue ball us. Good bolognese sauce, huh? Nah, it's sriracha now, or sriracha, however you say it. It's a sriracha sauce. Hopefully, that's what I've given. 18, cuz, 18. Turn your camera off and say it so it's off the camera.
Wow. Are you serious, Mars?
Wallah, cuz. Wallahi, I was vibing, bro.
Hey, but you reckon...
Mars, you know what you should do? Sorry, Morris. You know what you should start a Discord, charge $7 a month and give you info at.
But charge the people $1 a week, but monthly charge them $7.
Hey, plus work? GST. Plus GST though as well.
How does that work, bro?
So what's that?
The math ain't mathing, bro.
What are you charging?
$18 a month.
For what?
His
just
information, bro. His sources.
Just my information, and then just like, and then I'm going to
articles.
copy paste articles and just
Schmatty!
repost them.
He gets all his information from me.
Blaine Bocor, fancy making a return. Wait, was he the? I think he was the first. No, genuinely, this is not being racist, but he was the first Indian to play football.
Half Indian. Yeah, I remember.
Half Indian. He's like you, Tosh. He's your cousin, cuz. No way.
He was half Indian, half.
Hey, Mars, you were pretty happy when Mitch Brown came out, weren't you?
I'm not going down there. No, I'm not going down there.
Yeah, I mean,
Mars,
if we go down
when
there,
was
they're going to go down. What happens?
Liam those balls. Mars, when was our last flag? I can't do this
hey.
any longer. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know, man. I don't even know. I got no hair left. I've got no clue.
Hey, the funniest with the Mitch Brown thing. Did you guys see the meme going around? It was about his brother.
Who?
No.
Because he's got a twin brother.
Didn't know that.
He works at Geelong.
Yeah. So Mitch Brown played for West Coast. The other brother played for Collingwood.
Correct. No, is it?
Right,
No. Yeah.
Yeah, Collingwood. And the meme was like, when the media confuse you for like your brother or something.
Read that, Morris.
Yeah.
Read that.
What?
Read that and hold that, fam. Careful, Morris. Tread lightly.
I got no issue. I'm not saying anything about. I'm talking about a meme that came out. Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
But the one thing I will not ever do in my life is back down from minorities.
Oh, yeah.
Because you think you deserve entitlements.
Yeah, but that's like Carlton. That's like the people on our board too. But now Graeme Wright's coming with his Grim Reaper, with his scythe. Look at him in the bottom right-hand corner. Look at him. Look at him. He makes me kind of happy, but it makes me really angry that it's gotten to this point that we needed somebody from outside of the club to actually notice this shit. But
yeah, I think with the Graeme Wright, Carlton's what is it? Fucking Carlton comes first. Whatever you said, I think that's probably aimed at certain players like Charlie.
I think it's at everyone. I think it's the board, the players. I think it's at a lot of people. It's a slight jab. He's very smart in the way he put it. He's very smart.
I just feel like it's aimed at a few players like Charlie. That Carlton's first now because we've seen that the players have controlled the club at some stage where once they down towards the coach fucks off and then they turn into the best players in the world for like 10.5 weeks. And then we're content with what we've done and then let's just stop. Like, I don't know. We'll find out next year.
I agree with that one. And I agree with that, Aiden. Black Baggers, I'm family friends with Wright. Down to earth, ruthless, and lots of integrity. I don't know if you're telling the truth, but if you are, I like it. Daniel Kerr is Indian. Okay, well then he's not the first Indian. Unlucky Atush. He's the first half. Is he full Indian? Daniel Kerr. A lot of
Bokhurst was native Indian.
Huh?
What?
Oh, okay. Nah. Native Indian. We'll stop there.
As in Cowboys.
I'm not the brains of this group. Next year, who gets it done? Because Chris always hold up the
midfield. Cowboys and Indian.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
He was.
Carlton.
Nah, he's Indian, bro. Like
he's Indian, full Indian, cuz. Oh, not half. He's half.
Indian.
Like South Asia Indian.
Yeah. Carlton first is just another way of saying damage control. Yeah, I kind of agree, but you know what? We've been asking for it, so about time somebody came out and they said it. Like how long have we as like a majority of the fan base have been saying we're the best off-field club, we know how to do it all in the PR, the media and that, but it's never about footy. So I know it could be damage control, it could be smoke screens, it could be this, it could be that, but I just want to hear somebody say it for once. So now that he's come out and say it, they have to stick to it. Like you can't just say no.
What do you want to say though?
There's never any pleasing of the fans, is there?
No, well, look,
Nah.
I'm one of the most hardest to please. You know this, and all these people know. I'm a peasant. I'm like the most pessimistic supporter because I've never seen anything. But fucking up. Thank God someone has come out and said it.
No, but like straight away, like so far after the season, you got to commend the club on tick, tick, tick. Everything they've done so far is a tick, tick, tick. Yeah?
Yep.
You wanted assistants gone? Gone. You wanted Lloyd gone? Gone.
They haven't got rid of all of them.
You can't get rid of everyone.
But it's still not over.
Nah, there's a lot.
Right.
You got to do it in drips and drabs. You can't deliver it all in 1 week. Fucking hell. There'll be nothing left.
Like, what's next? What's next? We're going to win the premiership next year, and Carlton fans are going to be like, oh, fuck, what? We only won one premiership in the last fucking 30 years. Oh, fuck this. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you're not going to be happy.
I guarantee you now that will happen. I guarantee you now.
If somebody says that, wallahi, and I'm not even Arab or whatever, wallahi, I'll go to them and headbutt them. I'll headbutt them.
You know what it'll be? The club will do everything that you've asked them and you wanted them to do, blah, blah, blah. It'll be like, it fucking took you long enough.
It took you 30 years, bro. Like, about 80 Bishekla, you dogs. You fucking dogs, bro.
I swear to God, you can already see it. Someone's going to say, oh, we've only won one premiership in 30 years. What's that about?
I'll genuinely headbutt someone. I'll headbutt someone with a cam, straight up, bro. No, but Morris going to lead kick-ons after a like 100%, man. I'm bringing flares to the grand final if we ever make it. I've said this a million times. I don't care. I'm bringing flares, full belly, doesn't matter. Even though I just think
I'm going with blue baggers.
Who? Oh, you going blue baggers?
Apparently he's family friends with Wright, so it means
Blake Baggers. It's Blake Baggers.
Blake Baggers. I'll be in the rooms with celebrating. You know,
we'll go to Jack Silvani. Wait, did you see Jack Silvani put up his crib? He's got $2 million for it.
What the fuck? Yeah, I wonder how he got that.
He got $2 million. No, he sold his home.
Oh,
yeah.
Where did he live?
Fuck. Good question. I don't fucking know. What do you want to know where he did live?
Well, how do you know that he sold his house?
Because it was in the news. I didn't read it. I just saw it. Wait up. I can get it up. Or he put it up for sale. Wait up.
His dad probably did the negotiating.
100%. Probably got over too.
We're gonna give you 1.9. No, we want 2. We're not giving you if it's.
No, he didn't get $2 million. What did he get? Sorry, what did he get? No fake information. What did he get? Lana knows everything about Jack Silvani. She is the most she's hurting, but now she's in that stage of like, fuck him, fuck that, fuck this. I can't stand him. The 4-bedroom property, in Mont Albert North sold for $1.99 million.
Oh, 1.9.
That's not.
And wait up, probably his dad did do the negotiating, which was well above his price guide. The sale occurred just days after he officially notified
That's
Carlton.
Not $2 million because then you got to
pay
you got to pay settlement costs, agent fees.
Bro, it doesn't matter, cuz he's got to pay his dad too, 100%.
Hey Mars, any news on his brother?
Ben.
Huh? No, seriously. Does anyone in the chat? Does anyone got any news?
What's he going to put up another Instagram post that he's at Carlton? He's got his Carlton shorts on.
No.
Bro, these blokes are professional yappers, bro. They're yappers. I'm a yapper, but they're professional.
Well, who the fuck is Ben Silvani?
He 100%. He 100% did that on purpose. The fucking dog.
What? Of course he did. Come on.
Half an hour after Jack says I'm going, he puts on his fucking Carlton shorts and like, oh, the fucking, what did he say? The what did he say on there? The lost
Silvani.
something. He said
Silvani name will live or something
Yeah, he said something like that. I'm like, fuck you and your family, you cunt.
This big head, bro. He drops a dickhead.
Bro, you just got demonetized, and you got to pay up now.
You got to pay out, man. That's like $1,000 gone, man, from this video, man. I was gonna make $1,000 off this, and now it's all gone, man. I'm gold digging. Nah.
Where's our sling?
You want a sling? We do this every week, and it's a sling, cuz. I'll put you in a sling. I'll give you a sling, an arm sling.
Yeah.
If you think we're doing it hard, imagine how Essendon's feeling. Fuck.
They're done. They're done, mate.
Merritt's not going to the best and fairest, which he's going to win. He's not going to be there.
He'll be a 6th time, won't he?
Something like that.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Actually, he did say this, James. Yes, along the lines of this. I think he said the prodigal son. Yeah, I think he did say that. That's Ben Silvani too. So yeah, we are coming up on the 3-hour mark. It has been a good little chat here. I commend everyone for staying until 11 o'clock. Another little mini TJP. All the lads that jumped on. If you want to jump on next emergency meeting, I know that Blue Sundays keep going until the end of the finals, but Bochek's still here. I'm nearly done. I'm done. I got to go and spend time with Taylor downstairs. Thank you to Atush. Morris, get better. I know you're in hospital, so everyone prayers up for Morris. Prayers up for Kirk. Make sure Aiden woke up from his nap. He looks all right. He's got from the neck now. The neck up. I like it. You got to get from the body up, man. Come on, man. Johnny fucking Seba.
No, but then you say his hands moving. Then.
Yeah, true. Henry. Thanks to the little young Tucker Henry as well. Rocco, of course. Bo. Yeah, I think I said Seba. Am I missing anybody? I don't think I'm missing anyone. If I am missing anyone, sorry. My brain hurts. But yeah, it's been a good chat. If you haven't hit the subscribe button and haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. We'll be doing a lot more of these throughout the off season, and I might do another one. I don't know. Oh, there's footy tomorrow night. No, tomorrow night? Yeah, tomorrow night and Saturday. So we'll leave it off the list. But yeah, Thursday next week again. Do it again?
Yeah.
We'll run
I'll
it
do it
back.
every day. I'll be here.
All right, Matt. We'll run it back. Anyway, oh man, if I didn't work, I would be doing this every day in the day. The emergency meetings every day. But yeah.
Hopefully Charlie is off by next week.
God. Anyway, thank you to everybody in the chat again. Love yous all. We'll leave you. Good night and go the Blues.
Free Jesse Motlop.
Fuck Charlie.